Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Black Rose Society, a game of swashbuckling action, suspenseful intrigue, and puns right before we go live, all set in the world of 7C. My name is Dan McCurdy. You can find me at RevDMC247 on TikTok, YouTube, Blue Sky, and if you find me anywhere else, careful, I don't know what kind of an isekai it is. I'll allow my players to introduce themselves, starting with Chandler.
Hi, everybody. I'm Chandler. I go by Kingdom 0905 online in some places. It's been like a full year that we've been here. Hi.
Wow, thanks, man. Hey guys, I'm Ryan. I go by Darth Cossack on all my socials, including TikTok and Blue Sky. And legally, my browser history is labeled as classified. But you can usually find me on the Dark Domain Twitch channel, telling all kinds of scary stories like vampire and starring in Power Rangers stuff. When I'm not being the wholesome himbo dad that is Asgeir Ironhand of Veseminiar. But have you met my friend Demetrius?
Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm Eric Bell Comedy on all the socials. I am playing Demetrius Penn, mercenary and stealer of virtues. Former stealer of virtues. But we'll see. We're going to Montaigne, right? All right. Yeah, so find me on all the shows. We're gonna have a great time. I'm gonna slide it on down to Mouse.
I forgot that. Hi, I'm Rage Mouse on things that I still know the passwords to, and I play Verity, Laurys, Victoire-Couteau. Apparently, a bear,
Barely.
which thrills Nikoletta.
Hello, everybody. I am playing Nikoletta von Richter. You can find me at Farm Grown Nerd in most places. And we've been doing this long enough. Y'all know who we all are. Let's get started.
In our previous episodes, the party, having left the nation of Uzura, where Verity had gained her bear powers, the gifts of Matushka, all that having happened, in the process, they stopped at an island to do some trading and discovered a cult, essentially, awaiting the return of the fourth prophet, of whom they had a statue that looked remarkably like Arnau Cecero. Trying to figure out what all was going on, they were led to the grave of one of the founders of the island community and found that he wasn't entirely dead, but was, in fact, a vampire. This vampire proceeded in the course of the fight to destroy him, to bite Nikoletta, Arnau, and Asgeir, infecting them with the vampiric curse. Nikoletta was able to use her knowledge of hexenwork to slow the transformation. However, vampirism is not hexenwork undead, and it wasn't enough for her magic and sorcery in order to entirely stop the transformation. All it is capable of doing is slowing it. They knew then that they needed to go somewhere where they could do the research, find the research that Nikoletta needed to create an actual cure in order to remove the problem entirely. And taking stock of all the various libraries that are available, they selected the Library of l'Empereur in Charus Montaigne and set an immediate course there, going as fast as they could, because every day it got a little bit harder. It has been a few weeks now. A week and a half, probably. The Dawnlight Breeze sailed as fast as the crew could make it go, and getting them to port, set their way in. And we are going to open up with Asgeir. Those are my waiter skills coming in right when the food goes into the mouth. All right, so Asgeir, you find yourself walking in the snowy fields of Vestin Manavinyar, and you're pursuing something. You can't quite remember why you're pursuing them, but in the snow ahead of you, you see clear footprints moving ahead of you, and you know you have to catch them. How does Asgeir go about that sort of pursuit?
Well, Asgeir's not what you would call a fast man, but luckily, listen, we got stamina. We're not quick, right? We outlast things.
You're not very useful over short distances. All right,
Oh, I'm
so
dangerous over short distance. But if I take the long distance, it's real slow, like that rhino from Jumanji,
yeah,
the Robin Williams Jumanji, not
Keep
the
it
other
together,
one.
Kelsey.
yeah.
I feel like we're talking about different things.
We all are.
Okay, Dave. Yeah, we're adults.
All right. As you're making your pursuit of them, go ahead
Just be
and give
wild.
me your brawn and athletics, Asgeir.
Oh, good. Okay, there's 2.
You are just doggedly pursuing. The wind is blowing you. The snow is buffeting you. You're having to work your way through some pretty decently high drifts, but you always have what you are pursuing. And as a pursuit predator, you go after them. You are going to take one minor wound, however, from the wind and the cold as you work your way through. And you come up on a fairly traditional Vestin Manavinyar cabin. An outline building that doesn't seem to be a part of a village or anything. There's a lot of that, little homesteads that dot the landscape. You don't see much evidence of a farm around it, but people have different homes for different reasons.
Well, assuming the tracks probably go up nearby or possibly in
Straight to the door.
Then we are going straight to the door, like knock knock. Yoo-hoo, big summer blowout.
Go away.
I can't do that.
We're not opening the door. Just go away.
What if I said please?
Just go.
No. I'm going to give you to the count of 3 to open the door.
Quiet.
1, 2, 2.5, 3, and he will just mule kick the door.
Brawn and brawl.
Hey. Oh, yes. That's right, because we increased that. Four.
On 4, no wounds. It doesn't give right away. It's good vest and ironwood. But you hit it, and you hit it. And after about 6 or 7 hits, the door busts in.
I definitely don't quit it.
And you walk, you see as these three fairly strong looking, well armed, but obviously clearly afraid men, all with weapons drawn, attack you. What's your approach? This is, we'll call it a brute squad of 3.
Oh, then that yeah, no. Okay. Where's the thing? Into the fray.
Okay. So they all are coming at you, but you take your dramatic wound and just wipe the floor with them. Like, one of them gets a lucky hit on you, but moving in, just pounding them, knocking them all down, and they all collapse. And you're looking at them, and you see blood from their mouths, from their noses, and you feel hungry.
Nope.
And you slowly
Asgeir,
start
wake
to
up.
crouch down. You feel your mouth opening wide, and then you hear a gasp. And you look up. And there are Not and Ursa staring at you in horror, trying to hide behind a bookshelf. And you feel yourself staring at them and slowly standing up. And you can't control yourself as you start walking towards them. At this moment, you wake
I
up.
don't like this. Asgeir, wake up.
You wake up with Nikoletta kind of gently shaking you with your latest dose of the anti-vampiric serum.
Actually, grab, greedily, no, need this, now.
Okay, it's just an okay. Bad dreams.
Yeah. Like waking nightmares.
All right. And Nikoletta, you look at Asgeir and he looks rough. He looks tired. He looks gaunt. All of those wounds you took in that dream remain, Asgeir. One, so you have your first traumatic. As your body just looks racked, and his palms have bloody cuts from where his nails cut into the palms. His fists were so tightly clenched there at the end. Asgeir, go ahead and give me your resolve and empathy.
Hey, I have a dot in that. And I get a bonus die to all risks right now. All right. Oh, nice. Yes. Oh, cool. That is 2, 3, 4.
4. All right. With 4 raises, no wounds taken. And you feel as that vampiric hunger dies down inside of you again. But whereas in the past, Nikki's serum has washed it away entirely, you feel this low-grade hunger in the back of your head. It hasn't gone entirely away this time. And you realize Nikki's serum is starting to become less and less effective every time you take it.
We need to hurry, Nikoletta.
The effectiveness is dropping, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we don't get there soon, we may have to be restrained.
This is part of what I was worried about, but there's not much else to be done about it. I suppose we could go up top and see exactly how far we are.
All right. As you look around and get your bearings again, and the world you start remembering where you are in a fairly well-appointed bedroom. Outside the window, you see a lush, well-manicured countryside. Verity, on this approach to Charus, would you have gone to your aunt's townhome again, or would you have tried to stay as clear of your family as possible?
Yeah, for different reasons this time. Maybe we don't go near other people of any sort with vampires.
Well, this close to Charus, you're going to be around people.
We're not going to go stay with any.
Mm-hmm. So you are in an inn in a small village on the outskirts of Charus. You've all basically bought the place out. It wasn't hard to do. It's a fairly poor neighborhood. And so you all kind of had your own room. How is everyone sort of dealing with with this recognition that the vampirism is advancing like this? We'll start with the ones who were bitten, and then we'll get the perspectives of the non-bit. We've just seen Asgeir. How's Arnau holding up? Because you had your dream scare in the previous episode.
Not well. but for a different kind of reason. Obviously, like Arnau's already approached Nikoletta of being like, how can we test this? How can we figure this out? Maybe there's a way we can reverse it and make us stronger at the same time. But he's now realizing that maybe he shouldn't have said that out loud. Because it is getting stronger and he feels the urge to hurt people in a way that he doesn't normally feel. Normally it's just like economic pain that he does to people, not like this. So he's a little he's a little stressed, to say the least, avoiding even like Nikoletta and Asgeir unless he's taking the things, because he's afraid that if he gets hungry enough, he's going to try to bite somebody. So he's trying to isolate as best as he can. But not really doing a great job, because Arnau is not really good at keeping away from people very well, despite his skills and stealth.
Go ahead and give me your resolve and empathy.
Resolve and empathy. That's a good pool for Elmo. Okay, so and then I get a flare. Whee! I'm gonna re-roll this one because I have 3 dots in empathy. Okie dokie then. 1 erase, 2 erase, 3 erases.
All right. You are going to take 1 minor wound as you wake up. And it's just from the other hunger. You know you've eaten. You know you've drunk. The human part of you is well nourished. But the hunger of the vampiric part of you feels like it's starving. And so you're living in these two kind of simultaneous states. And you have not gotten full yet. So you've never felt that particular hunger tamped away. You wake up and you see the serum that Nikoletta's been making for everyone every morning there by your bedside.
Arnau's gonna take it, drink it as he normally would. Almost cough it up because it tastes horrific, because it's one of the Hexenwerk brews.
Actually, let's go ahead, because let's give this to the maker. It's based on Prophet's Grace, or is it Mother's Grace?
Mother's Mercy.
Mother's Mercy. It's based on Mother's Mercy, which is just stale soup. But you're the one who's sort of creating this as you go, so I'll let you be the one to literally flavor it. Give just a little bit of science foo. What has she done to get its current effect, and what does it taste like now that she's done that?
Oh, I imagine she has likely upped the amount of holy water that she uses, as well as adding communion wine to the whole brew. So it's a lot more like a thin stew than it is a bland soup now. There's twice as many vegetables, which just means it's chunkier. It doesn't taste bad or good. It's just chunky. It's got some watercress in it, which has clarification properties. There's a few other herbs. It really is still just bland soup. It tastes like a very, very thin stew.
All right. So where I'll go ahead and tweak with that is that the taste is the same, but the texture is wrong. A thicker texture without the extra taste to go with it.
As this is that's messing with Chandler.
Good.
You manage to choke it down. You are starting with the 1 minor wound, and you're able to kind of get yourself up. Do you face the world yet, or are you just staying in your room?
He's gonna go face the world. Because we need to talk about this. We need to figure out how we're getting into the Emperor's library. Because we haven't actually discussed how we're getting in there yet. So that's something that we need to figure out.
Okay. So you're going to come out. So we will then jump to Nikoletta. Nikoletta, you get back to your room and you are having difficulty keeping. You've never had to make this much Mother's Grace this fast. And so keeping up with your ingredients is becoming difficult. How have you been going about getting what you need?
She's been running off of the dried stores that she has, so it's not like fresh stew at all. It's got a lot of dried turnips, a lot of dried roots. It's fairly tough. It's getting to the point where an already thin stew just continues to get thinner than normal, and she's kind of stressing about the whole situation. Not that she ever shows it. It's just sort of that every time you see her, there's just one more bead of sweat rolling down.
Mm-hmm. The toughest component to get is the holy water. Everything else you can get from pretty much any store. And in Montaigne, the closer you get to Charus, the fewer and farther between the Vatican churches become. There is a tiny chapel in this village because the poor are all still faithful. It's the ones who are trying to live up to Lampur. It's half the reason why you all picked this village. And so let's play that out a little bit. You, having given the last doses that you had to Asgeir and Arnau, is that fair to say Nikoletta would have done?
The last doses to them? Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, okay. You're approaching the chapel, and it is looking run down. These things do not get much money. Castile does not support them because of the recent war between Montaigne and Castile. They definitely get no support from the crown. They get some support from the people, but the people are dirt poor. So it's a very rundown chapel, and you're on the outside of it. It's got a very simple oaken door with the symbol of the Vatican actually carved into it.
She'll just kind of take several breaths, try and steady herself, and chew on the inside of her lip and knock, knock, knock.
The door opens up, and a older monk is kind of standing there and looks at you confused. May I help you?
Good evening. I don't suppose you would have any holy water to spare?
Come in, child, come in. And he kind of steps back. To let you into the chapel.
She'll briefly cast a nervous glance around the threshold as she moves to step forward.
Mm-hmm. No signs of any, and even if there was, like, you're fairly certain with the running start you could run through these walls. They're thin mud walls. The only reason they're able to hold the oak door is because that's where they have a little bit of wooden framing going on. You step in, and it's as clean as they can get it on the inside. Like, not filthy by any means, but just old and worn. And he steps in. If you don't mind me asking, what need do you have of the holy water?
I'm attempting to concoct a cure of sorts, and I'm hoping that adding a bit of the faithful to my brew will assist.
He considers. And he steps over, pulls out a wooden, I don't even know if it counts as a chalice if it's made of wood, and he goes, and there's a tiny little bowl of water, and he He dips it in and he holds it up and he offers a brief prayer. You are familiar with the words. It's an invoking of all three of the prophets. And then he brings it down. I'm terribly sorry. It's been a particularly difficult year. And there are many in this village of need. And I can see from your clothes that you are relatively well-to-do. It is traditional to give a donation in return for these sort of services.
Oh yes, of course. She'll pull out like 2 or 3 gold and hand it to him.
And so he takes it and actually is kind of amazed that you're offering gold. He was hoping for coppers. He's like, yes, of course. And he hands you the chalice and goes, may it serve you well.
Danke. And she'll pour it into like this the canteen.
Mm-hmm. When you thank him in Eisener, he tilts his head. You're of Eisen.
Yeah. This is traveling with companions.
I fought in the war. I was unaware there were any who still practiced inside of Eisen.
There's a great many things done inside Eisen that break the mold.
Yes. Thank you for your donation, and I hope it is of help.
I hope it's of help to you.
And he goes and puts them in a box and seems to hesitate. Like, do you still put it in the box if it's gold? Like, so those guys. With that, you were able to head out. We will now shift to Demetrius and Verity. You have been keeping an eye on your companions with more and more worry over the course of the trip. You know that what Nikoletta is doing is working, but you can also see between you. Oh, I also forgot, Nikoletta, I need also your resolve and empathy. Sorry, before I jump to 2. You all start the day with 2 minor wounds, just from your body fighting the infection. But you're able to make up the next doses of Mother's Mercy, and like the others, you feel the effectiveness is going down. Anyway, sorry, Demetrius and Verity, the two of you, you know that your companions are fighting it, but they're starting to look sick. And you start to see the thing. What are your respective empathy scores? 1 and 1. All right. To this point, you have not seen any overtly aggressive behavior from them towards anyone else. It'll be if they ever talk about it. Would, of the 3 of you, would any of ever talked about like the weird dreams you're having, the urges, or anything like that?
No.
Okay. So,
No.
as far as you know, they're all holding it together, but you can see the signs of the growing sickness.
The only other person I trust enough to bring things to is also suffering with this.
So
no, not you, Arnau. No. No.
So the 2 of you come down to breakfast in this, fairly poor inn. Very happy for the business. Not at all mad about being bought out, and they're offering the best food that they have available. It's not great. Certainly not bad. And you 2 have a moment of sort of privacy at a table for breakfast as you kind of discuss what your next move is now that you are within view of the city. You are both muted at the moment.
Well, like as far as on the way to Shrews, he just would have been continuously doing the thing, like noticeably training and also training the crew, kind of like last session, just almost drilling them to the point of exhaustion. Again, like anytime they're not working, we're training in marksmanship or fighting, and he would just constantly kind of be doing that. As far as in the inn, probably would have paid extra to see to have the crew just close up shop early.
The crew is not here. The crew is still with the ship. Shrews is well inland.
Talking about the inn.
Yeah, you're in the inn. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the folks in the inn. Like, hey, how about
The
you
staff.
take an early? The staff. How about you guys take a engagement dinner on us? Go out and just close up.
Okay. They happily they don't have anything worth stealing in the building, and if rich people do what rich people do, and to their perspective, you all are rich. So, there's no one but you in this building right now.
Awesome. I would go up to Verity. I feel like we should have a plan. Just the two of us.
For what?
In case the three...
No,
I guess we're
that
too
is not
late.
happening. That's not an option. Because, no, I can convince you. They don't get to die that way. Especially for their stupidity. I get to kill them for their stupidity. This is not happening. So we don't have to worry about that.
I hope you are correct.
I am always right. You should learn this by now.
Yes, it's a growing lesson. But I am a slow learner, and I guess I am worried.
I am concerned. Nikoletta will do her best, and we are almost there. And I'm sure I can find someone to help us.
I
We
do
need
have
to
a
keep
few
very
contacts myself.
few people involved.
I have a few contacts in Montaigne, and they are probably not great people. So we, expendable resources. We'll have to harm someone in your circle.
I think that he would jump at the chance, honestly.
Look,
But when we get to the city, you may contact who you think can help us. I will contact mine, and we will keep them away from everyone and each other. Just keep them. We will have to put them somewhere.
yes.
We will have to communicate with the musketeers. I am not going to bring 3 possible vampires within the city walls and not communicate at least with Edmond, simply because he may know what sort of other materials could be useful to Nikoletta. She could come up with an additional serum. Why do you look so upset at my suggestion?
It's, I guess I just worry about every horrible outcome. Edmond is, I imagine, probably the most capable muscatare to be able to research and assist. I also believe that would probably put Nikki in a peculiar circumstance, and considering she is going through what she is going through.
You think she would prefer we just pick some stranger amongst the muscatare to get involved? That would be useless, not already be familiar with the information. You think she wants to explain it all to a layman?
I don't disagree, but you're putting Edmond in a peculiar situation. Why do we assume that he will be assistance.
Because he
Musketeer.
has already offered it in this specific situation.
They want monsters then.
They
That's how a
won't.
muscatare will look at them.
You think so little of Edmund, don't you?
I think the world of Edmund, actually.
He is
I
the
think-
only one who would keep this very quiet.
The muscatares are a close bunch.
If
He will-
something happens and we don't have a musketeer already aware of the situation, how good do you think it will go?
You can see generally is quiet and really is contemplating. I guess I worry about the X factor. The muscatares we are including in here, not just because they have the title of muscatare, doesn't mean they are noble. It doesn't mean they won't consider us. Maybe they decide that our goals are too dangerous considering they are infected and imprison them.
You
And-
really think that Edmund would just imprison them?
I think Edmond is very fond of Nikki and will do anything that he thinks would help her, including imprison her.
If we need to, as I said, keep them away from people and each other, it would also be nice to already have access to a dungeon. So that's not actually convincing me that this isn't a good idea kind of thing.
Sure. What did we do this? We rope in Edmond, and he is not on our side in that way. What do we do then?
Take a hostage?
Verity.
We will fix the situation. I've already told you it's going to be fine.
Of course.
And once we have fixed it, he will have no reason to turn us in. They are no longer vampires. But I really don't think that's going to happen. I think he would want her to come up with something that could stave off. There is a potential threat to all of them. There were already creatures underneath the city. If there is some way she might develop some sort of cure, he would want her to have that opportunity. It benefits more than just her.
Yes. Well, then it comes to my next question. Nikki won't in any way agree with this.
The three of them do not have any say.
So I will go to Edmund. I can get in. It will be an interesting reception, but I can make my way into the offices.
I cannot imagine that if we do not at least have him or Henry or both assisting us, something will happen, and then they will be forced to be our enemies rather than some ally. They do not need to be surprised in finding that we are here and three of us are threats. If they already know, then they can do some damage control and maybe look the other way.
I'm going to say it is around this time that Nikoletta comes in. Her usual distracted self. She's got her holy water and she's hurriedly mixing her next dose.
How are you today, Nikki?
She's locked in. She's not answering.
And you can see a gaunt look to her. Like, Nikki's never been a big person, but like the skinniness is looking unhealthy in this moment. And as she finishes the mixture in this little bowl and I assume just drains it right away. You see a bit of that gauntness go away, but not all of it.
We're both trying to make our points.
Without speaking, we're just like.
How far are we from the ship?
You are a good day and a half land's travel from the ship, because Charos is smack dab in the middle of Montaigne, so it's nowhere near any of the port cities.
Gotcha. And we're all just sharing the one room. There's not separate rooms.
No, there's actually room for everyone. Despite this being a relatively small inn, you bought the whole place out, so everyone has their own space.
Do they?
And she'll grab her
What,
satchel.
well,
I was like, I feel like that would have been a conversation, mostly because Arnau's a flight risk.
Oh, did not think about that.
There
I'm
was
like, oh yeah, we'd let Arnau have his own room with a window. No.
there was plenty of time to talk about this. So, because again, there's been like a week and a half downtime from the last session, as you all were hurriedly traveling to Charus. So,
Yeah, he's trying to defend himself, but no words are coming out.
so here's legitimate question, Chandler. Would Arnau have read Arnau, whose masking is never the best? Is he a flight risk? And if so, would the party have known?
He is not a flight risk
100%.
because he is. Maybe Verity is particularly panicky, but why would he be a flight risk? It's not like he wants to be undead. Like,
You know, for how long you keep defending that he's actually very aware and moral, for you to make me believe that when it comes to potentially kill my friends or an innocent or get my monstering self out of the situation, I'm gonna go with the latter. He's a flight risk. If shit hits the fan, he will not choose to threaten all of us, actually.
okay, that's fair. He would probably choose to eat an innocent rather than eat his friends.
He would
Okay,
fly
so
out
what-
that window and down the street.
So what security precautions would the party have taken? And this is, I'm presuming, not Arnau specific. Like, this would have been something you all would have come, because none of you are going to be easily restrained. And so what would have been the agreement that the three would have come to? This is how we are restrained at night, so we're not a threat to those around us. And so Demetrius and Verity can sleep.
Oh yeah, because sleep, that's what's happening. Ever.
You can chain him to me.
Well, I was going to say, I feel like it's just the obvious answer would have been the boys have a room together and Nikoletta and Verity are together.
No way. No. Demetrius
On a
would be
normal
like,
day,
anyone's in the
absolutely
room with
agreed.
Nikoletta. Yeah.
However,
My first thought was
It's
allegedly.
like, I
if
don't
we
see
fly
how
up the-
going through a door to get to the other room is any different than being in the same room. Because if it's going to happen, it's going to happen.
My thought would be the idea that I have would be we put holy symbols on the doors, because we know that holy symbols on the windows, that as we've been traveling, because we know that the holy symbols burn the full vampires. So there would be belief that we wouldn't be likely to feel that.
Stepping into Arnau's knowledge, though, you all have been regularly imbibing holy water with no ill effects.
True. That's true.
What's your scholarship? Arnau?
Technically, that's not true. The ill effects are a cure. It's a perspective thing.
True. It's a good point.
It is, in fact, working.
It's hurting the vampire bits.
Yes,
yeah.
which is what we're talking about.
Okay. All right.
So it's like,
you know what?
no, that's
I'll give that
incorrect.
to you. You all have started showing a certain level of aversion to the holy symbols. I'm gonna. Are we all? And so they have shown at least a modicum of capacity to corral you. And they are available. You can buy cheap holy symbols pretty much anywhere in the countryside in Montaigne. For that, Nikki, I'm going to give you another minor wound from when you walked into the chapel. And more of just a will, like you had to force yourself into the building But yeah, so, and that's a very good point on the holy water. So it's not harming you yet, but it is weakening the vampiric side of your perspective. So, okay, so we have the setup. You all stayed however you stayed because we don't need to relitigate that here. And you all make your way down, and you are now all in this otherwise empty common room in a closed in.
Well,
Anybody hungry?
yeah. Can we get takeout under the door?
I
There's
would
food.
have had the
I mean,
the
there's
staff cook some
probably
food
lots
before
of
they
stuff
left.
in the kitchen back there. We told them to go home, not rob the place.
I would be like, "Yo, hold on, can you make that steak real quick?" And then
You're like, whatever that is, just leave it there. We'll finish it.
Actually, the stew that they have in the pot is a little bit more tasteful than what Nikki's been giving to you.
Wait.
Demetrius would have immediately started going
Like,
into the
Demetrius
kitchen and
Verity are
playing,
not drinking any
you
of
know, waiter staff and started serving.
Mhm.
Would Nikoletta have like versed this at all as like a virus, sickness, disease,
What do you mean?
like the vampirism?
I-
Like, would she have like labeled it as like sickness, disease, virus in any kind of conversation?
She would have referred to it as a malady.
Malady, sickness.
Yes.
I know what I'm doing. Viruses and germs can't survive alcohol-rich environments.
Asgeir is draining what booze the place has.
But you can't get drunk, right?
No,
So
but if
you're
I'm
just-
full of liquor, I might not be thirsty.
Yeah. Well, use the latrine outside, okay?
Oh, I thought I'd just go right here under the table. My
It's
bad.
gonna look like smell like rocket fuel. Like, no, thank you.
What do you think I used to like the forge?
All right. It is the morning. Charus is right there.
Just before we head out, I would have went up to Arnau, and I hope. Would you like a distraction?
What kind of distraction?
And I produce the blue jewel from one my biggest heist, and it's all I could take. But it has an amazing story, and I toss over the jewel. And I have an idea what that story is, but if you had something already, Dan,
Go for it. Tell your story.
it's, you know, coronation crowns. It's amazing how every single time there's a new coronation, everyone wants to make a cool little design, but the emperor, he had to get a second because the main jewel of his crown went mysteriously missing. And that is perhaps one of my best scores. The crown already sold very well, but I took a little something for myself, but it's kind of noticeable. Incredibly wealthy people would love to have it, but of course, no one on my contacts would ever touch the thing.
You brought evidence of a heist
Yes.
against Le Empereur
Mhm.
into Charus.
You see why I was, well, it was, to be fair, it was in the tunnel in Eisen amongst a horde of undead.
Arnau, you know exactly what gem you're holding. It was called the Star Sapphire. One of the most famously stolen gems. And at one point, Montaigne was threatening a full-on embargo against the Vendel League, believing that they were the only ones who could have afforded to buy it. And clearly it was purchased because it never showed up. But that was years ago. You doubt anyone's looking for it now.
I was a very good thief.
I cannot take this at the moment, and I cannot be seen holding it in this country. So at the moment, we will hold off, put this in your bag. You must tell no one else that you've ever even seen this gem while we're in this country. Do you understand, Mr. Penn? And when we're done, I'll buy it from you.
Yeah, you have nowhere near enough cash on you to catch.
Oh no, there is a reason I never was truly able to fence it. So I don't know if you got money like that.
It sounds like to me this gem is poison for you. So if you wind up holding on to it, eventually the Emperor is going to find out. I have the contacts to buy it. You have nobody else to sell it to.
Now, I have never liked you more.
New friends. All right. The group clearly in a hurry and a desire to get the research they need starts making their way into town. What is the approach as you are approaching the palace? We've already said we're trying to avoid crowds as much as possible. Though you all also will have noticed in the full light of day, the urges are at their weakest. Night is when things become problematic. And it is just after dawn.
Asgeir, it's quite impressive how you have never stopped drinking.
You see, that's the trick, Demetrius.
Hmm.
If you don't sober up, you can never be hungover.
Asgeir, are you perpetually drunk?
Are you not?
It is that much more impressive that you have done everything you've done.
It's what is the term? The condition where you can only do skills in the condition where you learned to do them.
Wow.
Alcoholism?
No. Foolish. We should
Both.
that, but we are headed to the library. Yes. I assume.
So what you know of the library, it's held in Lemper's castle, the palace, the Grand Palais, is not actually the hardest place to infiltrate, just because it's so huge and has so many wings and has so many windows and stuff. No sane person would ever try to defend the Grand Palais. There are forts for that. But there are plans. So if anyone has an approach for, like, there was mention of contacting musketeers. So if someone's going to be like going to musketeer headquarters, I believe Demetrius had talked about being the one to head that up.
That is a tall order. So going to the considering where the musketeer headquarters is, would that delay us from a direct shot to the library and we just figure it out figure out a way inside?
If you're just figuring out a way inside, it is a little bit out of your way, but it's along the main highway into Charus. So
yeah, I feel time is
it's fine.
I feel time is kind of crucial at this point. So I do plan on hitting up the musketeers, but like I rather set Nikki up in front of a book as fast as possible.
Okay. All right. Verity, do you have anyone you're trying to contact in this moment, or any little side trips you're making to get someone?
I guess she would contact Louis, but it would basically be she'd have a courier take a message that says to contact. Actually, no, it would literally say, I need you to meet with Musketeer Edmund and bring him to the library.
All right. You send that message along. No way of knowing whether Louis is home, no way of knowing whether he's sober, but you have sent a message to his castle. And you are not far from his barony. So you are on that side of the city. So as you all are moving in and you're taking a straight shot to the palace, there are a number of zones surrounding the palace, because it's, even though the palace itself is gigantic, there are massive grounds around it too. And so there is a forest that is set up and regularly stocked for boar hunting. There is a hedge labyrinth, and there is an apple orchard on the 3 possible paths, the quickest paths that you might take to the castle itself.
Just so we just pick one.
Yep. You
Oh,
pick
like
a path.
you're not what's the left,
I mean, I guess the apple orchard. that
the
sounds pretty-
middle.
The apple orchard.
So yeah, to break it down, there are wild boars in the boar forest, but it's a very thick forest, and so no one's going to see you coming. The labyrinth is a labyrinth, so hard to see coming, but you got to more intellectually solve the puzzle. And the apple orchard is just a walk through the trees, but you're not going to be very well concealed.
Hey, I've seen the Wizard of Oz.
I'm gonna I know we're just gonna have to convince our way. At least that's what Demetrius would propose. Like, I feel we could just convince our way in. We have, some of us have titles. I'm fairly good at convincing. Oh, well, tempting others to let me into places. Or should we go find a stealthy way to get through a few of the obstacles?
I can probably figure out a way to get us to the labyrinth.
I can aid you in that. So the 2 of us might be able to, if we work together, might be able to get us through fairly quickly.
And we're less likely to see, we're less likely to see people, and so there will probably at least be 1 or 2 people, I imagine.
Well, if Nikki says she can get us through, she can get us through, and with Arnau's help, piece of cake.
All right.
Oh, Asgeir, to have your confidence.
And Verity, you know that the labyrinth is not particularly difficult. It's designed for visitors, and so you don't have the immediate like, oh no one who enters the labyrinth ever leaves. It's not a boss level. So as you all make your way, there is the exterior entrance to the labyrinth, and you make your way into it. So I hear that so who's going to make the roll for the navigation?
What's the roll?
It's going to be, let's make it, I would accept, if you're just sort of going by feel, I would accept wits and notice. If you are mentally trying to figure it out and solve it, like with an algorithm, then I'm going to go wits and scholarship.
We do have that bonus to notice right now.
That's true, but if we do wits and scholarship, my pool is 6.
My pool is 6 with wits and notice.
Well,
Because
it's
of
a coin toss then.
1.
Porque
That's
no
quite
los
tough.
dos.
So you make the roll. Oh,
Because going, and the reason that you can't just do both is because solving a maze by feel and solving a maze with a plan will pull you in different directions. Like you.
I say Arnau's going to let Nikoletta handle it, and he's just going to help her. If he sees like a flaw in her logic, he's just going to like try to help point it out, but not
So
do
you're going to
anything.
spend a hero
more
point
than
to
that.
give her 3?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Okay. All right. Make
Spend
your
a
roll.
hero point to actually.
Actually,
And this
In
is
fact,
this
you
is
drive
entirely time based. This is about how long does it take you to navigate.
Arnau's backseat driving.
5.
Oh, look at that. To have your confidence. Well, maybe you should with roles like this.
Nikoletta, you are able very quickly and very efficiently to start making your way through the labyrinth. You do run into some dead ends, but they're expected. It's part of the process. And you feel yourself getting closer and closer to the center. And then once you've had a feel of that, you start making your way to the inner ring. of the hedge maze. While you are starting to get close to that inner ring, you hear a little bit of a ruckus coming towards you. And Nikki, you now have enough of with 5 successes, 5 raises, you have enough of a feel of this that you're guessing this is another party that also knows the labyrinth, that is taking the path they know towards the center from the other direction. You got a little bit to decide whether you walk past them like you belong here, or you try to scoot to the side and let them go past.
I think it's probably in our best interest is to let them go by and try to remain unnoticed. I don't know if confronting people is going to be our best option right now. Why are you giving me that look, Arnau?
What look?
Mm-hmm.
All right, if we're trying to sneak past, I need everybody to give me your finesse-anide.
That's a good pull for Elmo. That's a good pull for Elmo, but not the greatest roll for Elmo. Not a bad roll, though.
2. Your mic is not on, Asgeir.
If it wasn't for the flare and the wound, I'd be rolling much less dice. Okay.
3, 2, 3, 2, 3. All right, 3s and 2s. You all managed to get yourselves to the side, and most of this party just walks right past. You're hesitant to go too far because you don't want to get caught up in another little thing. And passing through Verity, as one of the last to kind of get off to the side, you notice that quite a few of these courtiers that are walking past are actually not wearing the Imperial tabard, but they're wearing a tabard that holds the emblem of a black sun.
Great.
And walking along fairly casually with some of them, you recognize Lantham de Dor, believed to be current heir to the Sombertrome dynasty, arguably the second most powerful family in Montaigne after the Emperor.
Swell.
He kind of pauses as he walks. "Go on without me," he says to his guard. And they move along. And he turns and he looks. And he doesn't look in your direction, but he's standing sort of parallel to the hedge that you all are behind. Most holiday makers in these hedges simply walk. One wonders at a group that hides. You are still far from the Palais. So is this a game that is being played? And if so, what sort? Are people just waiting them out, or is anyone going to come out and talk? And
Okay.
actually, what I'm going to say,
No.
I want all hands down below the camera, and on the count of 3, because this is are we being like, once one person is not being stealthy, no one's being stealthy. So if you give a thumbs up when I say go, you're just coming out to talk to the guy. Thumbs down, you're not saying anything. So thumbs up, here I am. Thumbs down, I don't say anything. So hands down on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. Asgeir and Arnau both step out.
See, friend, I told you I found you behind the hedge. You can't hide from me.
I hate you all.
Look,
You didn't stab them. That's what you did.
look. You know I can't hide from you. You can find me no matter where I go, like a fucking leech.
So the noble that neither of you has identified walks over and goes,
I refuse to use
a
my
man
weapon.
from Vestin Menavignar, and a Castilian, but with more than a touch of Vestin on your voice. Vendelique.
Yes. Arnau Cecero. Grande Arnau Cecero.
It's
Grande.
Victoire.
Good to meet you. Lantham de Dor of House Somberthron.
Arnau would know who that is, wouldn't he? Being noble.
Yeah, the Sombertomes are terrifying.
Yes, he
Like-
would know of Lantham de Dore.
Yeah. Lantham de Dor, who his family, he himself is actually not, because he doesn't have the last name Sombertron, because he's one of many break-off houses, but the people of the Sombertron house have a tendency of dying before they can become competitors to the current head. And so he is, his father is, or his uncle, it's very
You
complicated, but
think
he's
the
here.
Vadachans are stabby.
He's even stabbier.
All of them.
They are incredibly,
Harkonnen coded.
they are wildly ambitious and actually very, very well represented investors in the league. They have their money anywhere, the league included.
When Arnau hears the name, he goes, "Ah, my lord, how wonderful to finally meet you."
He returns the nod. And what brings you all to Bear Shadows?
No. When they started talking to him, Verity kept walking. She does not know them.
You actually do not have a path. Unless you're just, I am here too and walking past, like the only way out is
Oh,
past
no,
the
I'm
way
not trying to be like not seen. I am not participating in this interaction.
Okay. So Verity just sort of walks out like she was going that way the whole time. Oh, hi, everyone.
They were in her way, and she's just incredibly polite.
Okay.
And if
Go ahead.
Nikoletta wants the same out, she would be of assistance to her.
All right, go ahead and give me wits. Panache and convince. As you are going on past, what's Nikki doing? Is she just hiding, or is she trying to? Sounds like she might be half getting dragged by Verity.
No, it's more.
Oh,
it
no.
would have been an unspoken eye contact of like, you want to talk to him?
All right, so wits and convince, as you were just walking like you're not there, and it won't be a particularly high threshold because he's distracted.
No, it's fine. That's a good pull for Annie.
Demetrius.
Yeah, he's like wherever Nikki's going, he's moving right along. So the second he
Mhm.
sees, he's also going to try to just, and keep going because this guy is one guy is Asgeir, is Arnau. They got him.
Wits convince.
Wits and hide.
Convince.
Convince. Gotcha.
Because you were walking in such a way, I don't know, fly casual.
Drift lazily to the left.
That was good.
Be
Um,
a stormtrooper.
How what do you got there, Nikoletta? How many raises?
I thought I was getting dragged. What's happening?
I
No,
didn't
so
say
you
I
are
got-
also trying to walk as if you're not there. So you are doing wits. All the walkers are doing wits.
is very much so not touching you. Pardon me, total strangers. Pardon me.
4,
It's another 6 pool for Elmo.
4, 3, and Demetrius 3. All right. You three managed to kind of walk sort of easily past. Just so, because we're a little bit further along than I was hoping to be. what sort of how are you playing with him? Just we're here, we're from the league. Like, are you showing your credentials and stuff like that? And just,
I mean, of course, Arnau would flash his league pin as well as he's
League pin,
obviously
yes,
it's
league
right
pin.
underneath.
I was like, please finish the sentence. League pin. Okay.
Yeah, his league pin that which is right underneath his duelist pin. Of course. So he would flash his pin. He would be like, yes, I am, like, et cetera, et cetera. Start chatting about how they've got a shipment coming in, just basically being a distraction. And trying to also make a contact, because while this man is a very terrifying man, great industry contact to have.
He is very interested. As you show your pin, he also shows his. It's one of the investor pins. You also see his pin from the Aldana school, and as he handles all the things, you all are able eventually to walk by him, and he is relatively convinced that this is, people get up to weird stuff. If anything, you get the impression that he suspects you all might have been like hooking up in the labyrinth, because that happens a lot, and he doesn't judge. So he walks on, and you all are able to meet up outside of the labyrinth relatively quickly. You're able to see them moving towards the castle, and now you're kind of in the palace grounds, and so there are guards around, but they're not like checking IDs or anything.
Well, that was an interesting interlude. Are you two all right?
Of course. We're very approachable people.
We're just lucky I didn't start flirting with him. I think that would have caused us too many issues.
So I thought that was what happened. You were back there for quite a while.
No, they talk business. Very different.
I would have flirted with him if I had seen his pin before I started talking business. If I had seen his Aldana pen, because the Aldana are freaky, I totally would have flirted with him. However,
now you do not want to become close with that man.
I don't know. I feel many people would love to be closer to him. Comes the voice of Louis Lachamp, who is leaning against one of the statues. Darling, Verity, when I heard you were here, I simply had to find out what had brought you.
Inconvenience everywhere.
You need to get to the library. Is that what I heard?
Oui.
Well, there are a number of scholars, but there are also some... It must be said the musketeers are basically everywhere in there right now. There's been an interesting bit of bother.
You do not say.
I don't. Don't give me that look, Verity.
Louis, it's
You
been a
asked
very
for
long
my
week.
help. You asked for my help, and so it is your great pleasure and privilege to be grateful for the fact that I'm here to give it, yes?
Can I turn into a bear right now?
You certainly can turn into a bear right now.
No, I'm not. It's not run through the musketeers time yet. We have to save it.
You gotta start recognizing the mouse internal monologue when it comes out loud. Like
we're gonna need a counter up of your times Verity has chosen the bear.
Is he? Are they having like this conversation off to the side, or are we noticing it?
Yeah, you are all right there together. So
okay.
You all remember Louis? Probably mostly you are now.
Right.
Louis,
Darling.
how wonderful.
Darling, you look like you're not getting nearly enough sleep. Should I guess which one of these is responsible for that?
Louis, I would
Yes.
not. You'll catch it.
One of those, huh?
It's been a
Demetrius
long
literally
story.
turns from the hole to laugh.
It started on an island. It's a long story. an islander and I got a little freaky, and now here we are.
Anyway, back to the complication. There have been ghosts spotted in the library.
Mm.
And so,
Who
of
are
course,
you going to call?
I was actually thinking of speaking to my great aunt again. She always had the best disappointment when she let
Do you
her
have
out.
anyone to come in, like, they can take their heads and just bust them together?
Not that we found yet.
Are you giving us aid, or are you just delaying us?
Well, it depends. A request for aid has not yet been made. I was merely told to meet you all here.
Well, then
Do
let's
you
make a
know-
formal request.
Is Edmund or Henri Lecoste amongst them?
Can you imagine a group of musketeers descending upon the library of Charus and Edmond de Retrivier not being among them?
I don't know, Nicoletta. Could you imagine such a thing? She is so
Delightful.
excited. Thank you so much, Louis. Will you take us to maybe the most discreet entrance in which we might get the attention of said mousquetaire?
That would probably be the one I used to escape the Duchess's husband. Or was it a lover? Or pool boy? Anyway, follow me.
Verity like looks at Demetrius and then back at Louis and is like, "You two could swap stories."
Meanwhile, Demetrius is like,
I wonder which one of you
man
has
out the
climbed down from a
window.
higher building.
Like Asgeir had that same thought, but with like way less venom.
I feel like that's a trap.
And Louis, who as I recall, never got a chance to actually talk to Demetrius last time we was together.
No,
I feel like I recognize you.
of course. I have a very
You are
recognizable name.
Demetrius Penn.
Of course. It's good to know that my name still has weight. Well, at least
Quite a
this
bit of it
round.
around here. We have actually we have some conquests in common.
Oh dear.
Your Eskimo brothers.
Oh, good. I thought you were going to say a bounty out on his head. That's where I thought it was going.
I mean, possibly
Hey,
not in Charus, though.
Means fair. But yes, Louis, normally I would be very much more courteous in a situation like this, but Verity doesn't seem to be terribly fond of you. So, unfortunately, I am not terribly fond of you.
He's fine. You just don't want to encourage it.
Ah,
We've been friends since childhood, though I do understand the misapprehension.
We
well,
might have been married if he wasn't such a cad, which I guess is a win for me. No
why
offense,
do
Louis.
they have to use the word cad? And he just, yes, it seems, Louis, we have way too much in common.
We were very briefly betrothed.
We were
But
still
then-
children. Well, I was still a child.
Anyway, he sort of
Lovely
leads you all
conversation.
through. He gives a nod to some of the guards and folks that are around, and he's like, "Oh, there he is, Edmund."
Nikoletta slaps her hand over his mouth. Shut up.
Friend!
I will beat you senseless, Cecero.
I'm gonna watch her do it.
So many distractions.
Edmund kind of looks up and glances over and sees the party. He's like, and he walks over. Nicoletta, I'm sorry, I had no idea you were coming to Charus. I with the way you all travel, I suppose I wouldn't. Well, what brings you here?
We have need of some research to do, of course.
This isn't necessarily the best time to do it, but
I understand, yes,
remain the
there
best
is gross. Nevertheless, I do not care. We need to do. Edmund, you don't understand. I need to look for a book.
What do you need?
The,
Yeah, he pulls you all into a more of a private room.
she maintains a 6-foot distance.
Okay, and he's sensing that, and goes, okay. Leads you all into the room, kind of gives looks to everyone like, what are you looking for?
I need to find a book on cures for vampirism, or anything that might stave off vampirism, or anything to do with vampirism, honestly.
Cures of vampirism. And there's urgency in you. And he looks closer at you.
She takes a step back.
Verity's like,
You should back off, Barry.
Leave room for
And then-
Jesus.
And then Arnau,
The prophets are watching.
and then
Don't look
Asgeir.
too close.
I don't see anything of it in Demetrius or Miss Victoire-Couteau, but
Jesse's rage.
Just his taste and brotherly angst.
He's helpful and ugh.
how long ago were you bitten? This point, it's been about a week and a half.
Yeah, she's just hesitant to say that. A week, maybe more.
How have you avoided turning this fast?
I'm clever, you know that.
Soup.
And that.
Unfortunately, this is outside of my expertise, but there is someone who I believe can help you, an expert of sorts. It's like, one moment, and he goes to the door, opens it up, calls out, Klaus? Klaus, if you're free, I could use you. And let's bring in Klaus.
Yeah.
Come on in and close the door behind you, please.
Oh, yes, of course.
Everyone, this is Klaus Abelard Schneider, a researcher and colleague of mine from, and he kind of glances at her again, from the Invisible College. Here doing various pieces of research. I was hoping he'd be able to aid us with these ghosts that have appeared. And if anyone has the sort of expertise you are looking for, it would be him. Klaus, this group has aided us greatly before, including huge work with that undead infestation that we were telling you about. This is Grande Arnau Cecero of Castile, but also very highly placed in the Vendel League. Asgeir Ironhand, also highly placed in the Vendel League and captain of the ship that they use for travel. Verity Laurys, Victoire-Couteau of Montaigne, well-moneyed family. This is Demetrius Penn, famous adventurer and particularly well-known among Eiseners, so you may have heard of his exploits there. And this is Nikoletta von Richter, Freudian to the von Richter family in Eisen.
Hello, guten Tag. What can I help you with today?
What do you know about vampirism?
I've made a study of some, hints, rumors, a few references in old manuals, and a few experimentations from things that were captured but didn't last long.
Experimentations of what kind?
I'm checking the qualities of their blood.
I would be interested to see such research.
Are you familiar with the tome in question? The library is labyrinthine enough without knowing the title. This is directed to Klaus.
Yeah, I think I know which one that they are speaking of.
All right. Klaus, it is vitally important we keep this college close. By
Of
which he
course.
means no chance Inquisition finding out and all that stuff. And he
Of
goes,
course, discretion is very good and important in such matters.
3 of these have been bitten,
Ooh.
but they have a clever one, and he gestures to Nikoletta, who's managed to hold it at bay.
Ah.
Can it be cured before it fully manifests?
Possibly, though, and he'll look around at all of them like he's trying to read whether or not he can trust them.
I have some notes from my own research that we could probably share and compare.
Yes, Fraulein, I would like to do that. I may have studied certain arts that are less public from Eisen. I have tried to find cures for certain things that have popped up in Eisen over the years.
Less public. What do you mean?
I brought him here for aid in studying the different formulas you showed me, says Edmund. He's a trusted scholar and thinks as you do about such things.
She kind of extends her hand out, and she doesn't like flash her journal of any kind, but she kind of adjusts her coat where you can see the spine. It's a creepy looking book, and she just, a pleasure to meet you. It's not very often I run into one who studies such.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
And Klaus, before you in her hands is the tome of the research of Nikoletta von Richter. With that, we are going to take a quick break. We'll look at some previews for some other shows, and we will be right back with you. But as you're looking around there, you glance and notice that a couple of crates of coal and wood and other things that have been brought down here have been sort of shifted around a bit and have created this little cubby almost. Like there's one over it, like it's got a little mini roof.
He's gonna peek in there. He's nosy.
You go over and looking under, you see a small little blanket, a couple of stuffed animals, and a little mini tea set. One other thing, you see a small chalkboard is in there too, with a piece of chalk on it near it. That looks like it's been used for drawing and stuff like that.
I gotcha. Is there anything currently on the chalkboard right now?
You pick it up and it's just in a very childish scratch. Are you there? Well, this is going to be a clue. And welcome back. So, as Nikoletta, as you pull out your research, Klaus, you have a similar little journal that you probably keep on you fairly regularly. And Nikoletta, what are you showing him?
She'll show him the first couple of pages of the tweaking of the formulation with the Mother's Mercy that she's been trying.
Okay. I'm going to have you both roll your wits. Well, Nikoletta, you are going to roll your wits and scholarship. This is a new scene, so Flair is active again. And Klaus, I'm going to have you roll 7 dice.
Do guests get flair too?
Villains do also receive flair.
I don't like how you phrase that.
You had a doubt as to what exactly this character was?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure earlier I'm always right. That transcended from player and character.
4 raises. 3 raises. Okay.
The most suspicious thing about him is he's with the Muscatari and not
The two of you quickly start swapping notes, and Klaus, with your experience in hexen work, you immediately see what she's done, how she's taken Mother's Grace and turned it into a vampiric a way to hold vampirism at bay, even if someone has received an infectious bite. Brilliantly done, a brilliant blending of sorceries, though her notes show that her knowledge on vampirism rudimentary, but not so much as you would expect. She clearly knows something of vampirism that she built off of, and you're not quite sure what that basis was, but it's got a solid beginning. But she does need more knowledge to take it to the step where it will be an actual cure and not just a preventative.
Ah, yes. Very good, Fräulein. I'm impressed with your work. You're very knowledgeable. Are you a professor somewhere?
Professor, no, I've always enjoyed learning.
Ah, well, what's not to love?
Indeed.
So, let's perhaps get to work?
Yeah, please.
Let's go find the tome you're looking for, and I have some ideas that we can try.
Wunderbar.
Edmund nods at this and then looks at the rest of the group and says, okay, the ghosts in question, they're mostly incorporeal, but some will occasionally attack. Miss Verity?
Oh, no, this is player.
Oh, yeah.
She is not letting Nikoletta go by herself with that man, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's like, and he's not proposing it. He's like, if we can move as a group, again, most of the ghosts seem to be harmless. It's the occasional exception, and it seems to be oddly triggered at times. Like a ghost will be entirely passive when one group of people moves past, and then will suddenly attack an individual. And we haven't been able to entirely ascertain what causes the attack. Herr Schneider, did you have a theory on that? I can't remember what you'd unearthed in your studies.
Ghosts have a range of reasons to attack people, obviously. And it would be dependent on the nature of their deaths and so on. But I would say that they are probably going to be attacking people who are emotionally vulnerable. It would be my guess. People that would attract them in that regard.
So I know in your current state, don't feel feelings is probably a hard ask, but if you can, as calm as you can be while we go about this, the fewer complications we may run into. How close do you feel you all are? Sorry to ask, but I must also consider the safety of those in the palace.
I'm unsure on how to answer, but closer than I care to be.
Nikoletta, with your permission, I would like to bring in Henri. He is trustworthy, and with his connections with the royal family, can give orders without them being widely questioned. It will at least be able to keep innocent bystanders out of the library.
Anyone you trust, I trust.
You will look around. All right. I will go and deal with that situation. I trust you all will be good to keep the two of them safe while they do their work.
Of course.
And he gives Demetrius in particular a nod and goes, thank you. Oh, if you still have... The ghosts particularly seem to dislike Drakenisen. We've been looking for every available weapon that we have. Yours might be particularly effective against them. And he gives you all a bow. I'll be looking for you. Expect in the upstairs section, the more occult, or do you think we're looking in natural sciences? That aimed at Klaus.
I would say that it would be more occult. It seems much more likely, yeah?
Yeah, with vampirism, it always seems to blur those boundaries. All right. I will look for you there first, after I've done my work with Henri. And he gives you all a bow and hurries out and pulls Louis along with him. Louis kind of gives a glance to Verity like, do you need me, or...
You don't want to be here.
You see, the more you say that. Fine. And he goes out.
Verity, you're sending the prince away. Well, he's so easy to flirt with.
He will fall asleep the moment we start opening books. I am not carrying him.
And so will I. It's distraction.
Yes, but you're also a danger.
The group starts moving into the library. And at first, it's very rich person's library, like anyone with any scholarship. As you're going through, you see just sort of the standard works that any noble house could be called upon to have on shelves to impress others and appear to be learned. Out of curiosity, where is everyone's scholarship at? We have 2, 3, nothing, 1, and 2.
Demetrius is like, books?
I once met a woman who read books. Very boring.
As you are moving around, you're going, what is your general approach moving through the library? Is it just get to the book we want the fastest? Is it walk carefully so we don't step through someone? How are we? You now have musketeer permission to be here, so avoiding human guards and stuff is no longer one of your priorities.
I think probably avoiding people that aren't these 5.
Okay.
And just prepared to like Nikoletta pulling books out. I'm like, yep, just another one. No, that's fine. Just yep, no, okay.
Oh, you're carrying the shopping bags.
All
He's
right.
just like every now and then.
Asgeir's been married before. You know how this works.
He's like, I've used books to do my reps.
Yeah. Heavy lifting, heavy reading.
There are, as you're moving along, like those of you with at least one, like you recognize like the Leo cycle and other history/fiction works and things like that as you're moving through. But as you keep going, like walk in and you're like, yeah, it's a big room full of books. And then you walk into the next big room full of books. And then you walk into the next 3-story tall big room full of books. And you find and you find the spiral ladder that will take you up to the tower, 5 stories tall, full of books, and are starting to make that way up. And in general, there are people around. You see small groups of nobility and the like with guards, and it's clear, like, of them, 1 in maybe 8 is actually looking at the books, and the rest are clearly hoping that they will spot a ghost. It's very much like, hey, what's wrong with the labyrinth? They put undead in it to make it interesting. Everything in Montaigne is about what's the next, and so the library is full of ghosts. There is a crowd here.
Is this library owned by InGen?
There's a Barbasol can over on the side.
Right? No.
So, Fräulein von Richter, I saw in your writing that you had some knowledge of vampirism yourself. Have you had encounters before this?
Not many encounters, no, just a small handful, and relative of a sort at this point, I think.
Oh. Well, it's clear that you had enough knowledge to customize things. Someone who has never encountered them before.
I would not say I've so much encountered a vampire before this, and this where she like pulls back her sleeve, and like he's heard about it by now, so it's like he's chosen the bite. So, it's more along the lines I have alternate means of hands-on study.
Well, I'm curious. You have piqued my curiosity, Fräulein. What sort of means do you have?
Well, we came across an island that had a great many things on it, one of which being a black rose bush.
Oh, a black rose bush. I've read of them. What did you find from them?
We kept a single rose from it, but from that, it was the strangest thing. I put it into a reliquary. I tried to see if maybe giving it normal soil and water would help it, but it did not. It made it wither. It made it worse. And then I fed it blood, and it grew.
Fine. That is consistent with vampirism. Yes, I can see.
Exactly.
Well then.
So I've been playing with that.
Very good. I'm wondering, when you came upon your solution, why you didn't go with Scourgebane instead of the mother's solution?
Scourgebane, I have noticed, has a tendency to burn things, and I would hope to keep flammable anything away from myself and my friends.
Well, yeah, no, this is true.
Also, I suppose I could have combined it. Do you think that would have worked?
Possibly. I would think that the herbs from the Scourgebane mixed in with the with things and just a touch of poison. You may also need a sample of the blood from the original vampire. Do you have that?
I think that we maybe could. Right now, I found away.
You did collect a sample.
Well, then she'll hold that up in that case.
Well then, let's find this book so we can get some references. But I think if you combine a bit of the Scourgebane, it will be unpleasant. But
I don't imagine any more unpleasant than it already is.
It should burn away the parts that are vampiric, leaving only the pure cells.
As you all get to the top of the spiral staircase, with this conversation going on, so those two are kind of nerding out as they're walking. Is everyone else just letting them talk? Are you trying to look in every direction at once? Are you? Is Verity just like screaming at the back of Nikoletta?
who's metagaming and who's not, basically?
What are we doing?
Eyes up, seeing everyone who's in the room, kind of making sure we're along our way, and just and of course staring daggers at Klaus.
No,
does not trust him.
Treated every single one. This isn't meta. This is Verity.
This 100%. This man has caught Asgeir's attention because he said the magic word, draconizing. He's like, oh. Okay.
To be fair, it was Edmund who said draconizing.
Yeah. Well, the intelligent party walking up front said it, so I was like, oh, I'm tuned in now.
Draconizing, yes. Arnau
has grabbed one of the books from the shelves and is reading it as they walk. He gets bored with one. He puts it in the wrong place, taking another book from its spot, and is continuing.
It's cool.
Do me a favor. Roll a d10 and tell me what number you roll.
7.
On
It's what circle of hell you're in.
7 minor wounds.
You pick up a copy called The Baker's Dozen. Fairly well known. It is a Avalonian work. It is a very, very raunchy Avalonian work. Face story. basically, it's about Colleen, a baker who's hired to work at a noble's manor. A fae mistakes them as a married couple one day when she brings him food for a picnic. And so the fae casts a spell on Colleen to make her fall in love with the noble, and shenanigans ensue.
Arnau doesn't put that book back.
Are now reading it. Oh, saucy.
And like the Avalonians, they tend like
Saucy?
at least the ones you've met, the business folks tend to be really dodgy,
Prudish? Oh.
prudish. And so this coming out of Avalon,
Oh. Oh. I didn't know they could write smut like Verity, read this. Read this now.
This is the only time Verity and Arnau have ever gotten along this well.
Hey, no, she showed him the letters from your stepmother.
Did you know that they could write like this?
I've
Yeah,
never
Melody.
seen it spelled that way before.
It's so this is so good.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but it is
around this
impressive.
point, as you all get to the top of the stairs, you're surrounded by a small crowd. And at first you think, oh God, there's nobles up here too. And then you realize they are all vaguely translucent.
Oh. Well,
Bonsoir.
this would be a problem.
They wear clothing from many nations. Roughly half of them appear to be Montanian. Their clothes of a much older style. Verity, with your just kind of general knowledge of court appropriate attire, this is the sort of stuff your grandma used to wear. So, height of fashion a couple of generations ago. Then there are some, there are a few Castilians, a couple old school Eiseners, no one from Vestin that Asgeir can spot out. There do seem to be a few Vidachans.
Because there's drinking in the afterlife. Who would hang around here?
And they're all just kind of looking at you vacantly.
I believe he did say that they are not all aggressive.
What do I know about ghosts?
With a scholarship of 1, 2. Oh, right.
I have an education, sir.
With a scholarship of 2, there seem to be, like he said, there's many different reasons someone might become a ghost, and those reasons tend to determine how they act, but they're kind of hard to suss out. What you know is, in general, they're terrifying. So long as you don't touch them, you're generally okay. Touching them can be painful.
I guess we will go around.
There is no around. You've come up to the step, and they're like you because you came up a spiral staircase, and they are surrounding you at the landing.
Klaus, you said that they attack people who are emotionally vulnerable, correct?
Well, that is something that I would theorize they would be attracted to, yeah. But
Demetrius, how do you feel about being called a cad so many times last week?
You know, that is a low blow on.
How well did that work, Demetrius?
Like, because here's the thing.
You can let the dice decide, but I
think I might have to let the dice decide if either that got to him or if he thought that was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Because a good jab.
However you want to roll to make that determination for you.
Let me see. What would be the? Let me just. No, I'll do odds and even. He thinks that's fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm. Demetrius starts laughing, and all of a sudden the ghosts attack. All of them as ones move in. We are in combat.
Okay.
Sorry, what was your question?
Is Demetrius the focus? They're
Seems
towards
to be.
Demetrius.
But
Okay.
again, you are
like all of
in
us, or just Demetrius?
Well, you are all in the midst of all of them, and all of them are surging forward. So they might all be surging forward to Demetrius, but they're all moving towards everyone, basically. So, combat approaches.
Are they floating?
Some of them. What's your notice is 2 now?
Yes.
At first, you thought they were all walking on the ground, but it seems like they're all making walking motions, and they're walking on the plane. But the plane that they are walking on is not always where the floor is. Some of them are a little sunken into the floor. Some of them are a little bit over the floor.
Klaus will pull back with, like, holding his sort of satchel of books and notes to himself. Oh dear, I'm afraid I am not particularly good at fighting.
They're ghosts. I don't think we are going to be of any good fighting them either.
You do also
You'll
know
never
that
know
ghosts
until
can
you
be
try.
harmed with steel.
Sorry, I
What?
couldn't hear with the.
Verity, with your knowledge of ghosts can be harmed with steel.
Oh, good.
Whether or not they can be destroyed with it is another thing, but they can, like at 2 scholarship, the general theory is they get dispersed and reform later. So weapons can temporarily deal with them.
Steel weapons.
That's good enough for me.
All right, so
Can't-
combat approaches. Klaus is pulling back or pulling in. Arnau, what are you up to?
So, with 2 scholarship, Arnau would also know about the steel thing, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So, because he also knows that touching ghosts is what causes the herdy thingy. He's gonna try not to let them get close. So he immediately, his first instinct, take out one of his axes, like tie a rope to it, and then like swing it in a wide berth to try to like ward them away. So that
right,
way they
I'm
stay as
gonna
far away as
say
possible.
You are in a tightly knit band with your whole party right now.
They're
I'm not saying
dexterous.
no. I'm just saying you're casting fireball, but it's a steel. It's an axe on a rope.
The only one I'm worried about hitting is Asgeir, because he might not move out of the way fast enough. Okay, you're right.
Go
That's a
ahead
bad
and give
idea.
me-
That's a bad idea. Arnau's gonna pull out his axes and run.
It was like you're in close quarters with your party, and you're going Kratos.
I think for me, it's not even like, okay, cool, you've dispersed the ghosts. All the books are on fire. Hope what we're looking for is not up here.
All right, so
How many stairs do you think he'll tumble down before he stops if I kicked him?
finesse and weaponry then Arnau, or are you just like, because your axes will work, it's just the axe on the rope. I love the extraness. I just have to own the fact that you are in very close quarters right now.
Yeah, we're gonna get close. I know we're in close quarters. I was thinking about trying to ward them away from the weak ones, specifically Nikoletta and Klaus. But I guess I'll just go in berserker style.
All right, finesse and weaponry. Asgeir. And for the record, I'm treating these as risks, not as because it's not a brute squad or anything like that. It's a bunch of ghosts. So
Yeah, I
Ask
wasn't
him.
going to use the just break out that big old 2-headed axe and start
Okay.
swinging.
all right, brawn and weaponry. Demetrius.
Yeah, that's gonna have to be what he does too. He breaks out the sword, and it seems though his laugh seems like set it off. He's probably gonna charge in to kind of get him further away from Nikki. So
Okay. All right,
But,
finesse and weaponry. Verity. Think of how she attacks. I'll give you the die roll.
So we came up like stairs or ladder.
Stairs, a spiral staircase.
It was fully stairs,
Mhm.
and they're coming at us from every direction.
Basically, yeah.
What's above us?
You are in a tower now that's on the top of kind of the dome that contains most of the library. This is the occult section, apparently. Basically, you have a shot. You have eyes straight up to the top of the tower, and there are ladders connecting the different floors closer to the bookshelves going up along the sides. So right now, you have a view basically to the top of the tower.
But how many stories is the top?
Five more stories.
So it's a 5-story open with books
you are at the bottom of a
balconies
5-story shaft
on each one.
Mm-hmm.
And windows.
Some on the far walls on the sides. No like skylights or anything on the roof above you.
What around us appears to be the right metal?
Let's see. It's possible that the ladders are made of steel. Your sword and knife are definitely steel.
Yes, but
not a lot. A lot up here is stone, wood, and obviously the books. There is some metal filigree. Some of it looks copperish. Some of it's montane, so a lot's decorative. There's even gold in some places. The most obvious and easily available steel is your weapons. Oh, and the tips of the bolts of your crossbow. Your arm-mounted crossbow.
Ooh, on that. She would stay close in basically with everyone else, and she would have drawn her sword and tried to kind of use it as a kind of perimeter defining. If a ghost gets close enough for her to take a swipe with it, and she's going to find out if it's going to do any good or not.
So you're more doing Overwatch than anything. So go ahead and give me your wits and weaponry as you're just kind of trying to predict stuff coming in rather than taking the fight straight to them. Nikoletta.
They're coming at me. They're taking it to me.
I mean, if everybody else is diving into attack, Nikoletta's going to reach back and kind of hook her hand over Klaus's forearm and say, "Come on," and just like run.
Wait, that's an option? I thought that they're between us and the thing now. We can't.
You could try to run through them. And
I was like, yeah, you said they hurt if they. So I was like, what? We're running through.
Which way are you running?
The stairs.
Like, are you going back down or are you going to the books?
To the books.
Okay.
Because I have still got Spectral Prison, so I can have her while we're running, trying to get that last bit of meal out and ready. And she's just kind of looking back, going, "I have something that can stop them, but not for long. Come on."
So you're running through the ghost.
All right.
Like you're going through the ghost.
That'll be finesse and athletics for your bob and weave.
Remember your
now I have new questions. So there are gaps between these ghosts. It's not like
no real obvious ones. They're probably gonna take some hits while they're doing this.
Cool, great. Well, then I have to change mine because I was closing in on Nikoletta. So whatever she does, she's going with her and swinging her sword.
Your role is to keep her clear. Okay.
Yes,
it'll still be the thing.
Because
Klaus,
she can't defend herself.
A roll of 4 dice for you.
A what?
For Klaus, this is 4 dice for you.
Okay.
My man's got 0 agility.
2.
Dos.
Arnau, how many successes did you have?
3.
3. All right, on 3, you're moving through, and your axe is definitely being effective. You're going to take 2 minor wounds, and you feel cold and weak basically when they hit you. Like some of them have weapons, some of them are just reaching for you. Parrying doesn't really seem to do anything. Like their hands move through. They do not like moving through steel, but it's not like their hand hits the steel and stops. Asgeir, what was yours? 5. You are taking no wounds, and you are being very effective in your move forward and cutting around. Demetrius. 5, same. Demetrius and Asgeir are clearing out a significant portion of the ghost.
We're real good at making things dead, even if they're already dead.
Yeah.
Verity, how many raises for you?
Call that double tap.
1. Okay. And Klaus, you got 2, and Nikoletta got 2. All right. With I was going to give you both 1 minor, but with just the raw effectiveness of what Arnau, Asgeir, and Demetrius are doing, and Verity, they're popping off anyone that maybe gets through them. You two are able to move without wounds and get to the bookshelves. Go ahead. Well, you're able to get to the bookshelves, but now you need to figure out which one. So this is going to be a wits and scholarship from Nikoletta and a roll of, let's see, last time it was 7 with flair, so 6 for Klaus. Three and 4. Between the two of you, you're able to spot the bookshelf most likely to have what you were looking for. You're going to need another couple rounds to get to it, but the group has broken through the mob, and you are now being chased by ghosts rather than surrounded and mobbed by ghosts. Approaches for the second round. Same thing.
Trying to make big swaths to give the tiny non-combatant people room to move.
All right, if you're doing the same thing, make the same roll, but sans flair.
Yep.
Arnau, same thing, or are you switching up?
Arnau is switching up.
What are we going to?
Because he knows that they come after people who are emotionally vulnerable. Arnau's gonna start saying things about his family and his family history and how much he hates his brother while running away.
So you're trying to lead the ghosts away from them.
Yeah.
How real is Arnau being with this? Is he actually bearing his soul?
Yeah.
Okay. Very useful. Go ahead and give me your panache and tempt. You are making yourself into a tasty treat for these ghosts. So panache and tempt. Demetrius.
Whew. He'll see how effective that is and might do that later. But he like whenever they get to the next. Are we still trying to get through people, or now we're just being chased?
You are now out of the encirclement. You all plowed the road. They are through. You are now being pursued by a certain number of ghosts.
Then I would probably Verity's running with them, so he would kind of like stand his ground to try to and just deal with the ghost coming in, because then that'll be less that they would have to deal with.
Okay.
And with his sword, and then he'll probably notice how bearing the soul works, and he might do that later. But he's going with his sword again.
All right. So, and Asgeir, in your fight, are you also similarly making the wall, or are you charging in, or are you defending?
He is like of the mindset that we need the shield wall more than we need the berserker right now. So,
okay. So you and Demetrius both stand to hold them back. Verity, how about you?
Once they got to a wall that seemed to be what they're searching, she would get up on one of those ladders to get a slightly higher vantage to kind of, if somebody just suddenly floats through a wall, but she is going to switch to her bolts to give herself an opportunity to maybe support them further away if one does get past. They don't have to chase it down and make a hole.
Cool. Finesse and aim. And Nikoletta and Klaus, your role was where you're getting. So how many wounds you take will depend on how well you are defended. So we had 5 on Arnau pulling aggro. We have 5 from Demetrius as he stands guard. Asgeir, 3 dice kind of turned on you, but you had the
I
really solid
rolled
roll.
so many ones.
Oh, no.
I feel your pain.
Asgeir, you were going to take an additional 2 minor wounds.
Okay.
Arnau and Demetrius,
Okay.
you are managing. Demetrius, you are holding the. And your raises, Verity? 3. Demetrius, you are holding steady. They do not like your Draconizing blade. Anyone else, when like the steel hits the ghost shows visible pain and recoils. Demetrius, when you hit them, it's like they're bursting into flame, and it's actually causing fear. But even so, there's a lot of them, and more seem to keep coming up and appearing. And as you're moving around, there's one point where you always have this kind of battle awareness, and you're expecting, like, yeah, this is where I get hit from behind. And you look up in one direction and you see a creature coming in to finally get a hold of you, and then a bolt goes through its eye, and its hand goes up to its eye, falls back, and you glance over and you see Verity hanging very dramatically from one of the ladders, firing from her arm-mounted crossbow, and then ratcheting in the next shot.
Yeah, I'm going to need a hero point if she's doing it like that.
Mouse, was that a fair description of what Verity looks like firing that crossbow bolt?
Yeah, it's borderline Talia hanging off of a helicopter man.
Yeah.
How good was the shot? And the shot was good?
Oh, it was great.
The eye, bro.
Oh.
The eye.
It was the perfect touchdown pass over the shoulder into the hands. There was nothing the defender could do.
Verity, not here.
Ruin it with sports talk, yeah.
Perfect spiral right in the pocket.
And then you look over, again, because, like, yeah, there's going to be more from there. And suddenly you start hear Arnau yelling. And Chandler, would you just give us a short sample of what Arnau is saying as he's running away with a sizable pack of these ghosts after him?
I never felt like I could live up to my brother's standard. My father always preferred him over me. I can't do this anymore. I am just trying to survive. I'm being hunted by so many people because I just decided to live my goddamn life, and now I have a bounty on my head in my own fucking country. Just running away, just bearing his frustration, his anxiety, his anger, his father issues, the whole 9 yards. And if any of them are listening, the only one who's probably not surprised is Asgeir, because he's probably heard this before when Arnau has been drunk. So,
all right, so no, Asgeir, even you, like, usually he meets it out. Like, this is just he's opened the floodgates.
No, I imagine that there are times where, like, Asgeir's like, he seems tense. We're gonna get him drunk so he lets it all out. He'll be better tomorrow.
And he's running off, and he's got a crowd that is following him. And not only do you pull a lot of them, you are managing for the moment to stay ahead of them. Where are you leading them? Are you heading back to the stairs to go down? There's not a lot of places to go in the tower.
Yeah, he's heading downstairs. He's running downstairs. He's going. He's falling down the stairs.
All right. At this point, Nikoletta and Klaus, you are to the bookshelf you need. Go ahead and give me one more set of wits and scholarship or whatever I gave you before, as you were finding the specific tome. Unless, wait, Nikoletta, are you trying to set up the shield?
All it is for Spectral Prison is just a mush of moss, grave dirt, and something else. I forget what the rest of the engine is, but she just, as soon as we get to that spot, she drops to the ground and just draws a quick circle around us using that stuff. So she's smearing dirt on the floor.
All right.
Would Klaus be able to assist her?
Yeah, if you want to focus on helping her get everything in place. You are familiar with this particular unguent and impressed at how hers seems more efficient than what you're used to. You're used to needing far more of this stuff. And you're seeing, because she's occasionally done it on whole ass battlefields and Eisen, she's gotten pretty effective with it. So yeah, if you would like to spend well, for her, this is just spend the hero point and it's there. How you put it out, because you're controlling so little an area. I will say, if you're taking your time to observe her, that's fair, but there's not any real mechanical in the moment scene aid you can give in that form, anyway.
It was less of a can I give her a mechanical advantage and more of
you are helping. Yes. Yeah, you are being helpful. He is a helper. Okay, so Nikoletta, you spend the hero point to get the shield up. Klaus is helping. Arnau, you have reached the stairs. How do you go about descending a very tight spiral staircase while running for your life from a number of villains? Be as anime in how you go about this as you want.
I want to take 2 hero points because I want to fall down the stairs because Arnau has started crying.
All right.
And
Yep. This was going to be just as straight up was going to be finesse athletics. You choose to fail. Take your 2 hero points. This was a 3-story. Hang on.
We're going to find out, lads, lasses, and lovelies, what happens when a fledgling would-be vampire breaks his neck.
Oh, I could have told you what happens on that every other Sunday. It's fine.
I will say none of the ghosts are going to get to you. None of them are seeing this coming. We weren't expecting straight gravity. He beat us down. There's no 2 ways about it. This has no. You will find nothing about this in the rules of 7th Sea. I'm making this up as I go. You are going to take called 7 minor wounds as you are.
Ooh, I've gone straight past my first major and into my second.
You're now at 2. So you accrued 2 dramatic wounds over the course of the fall.
Yep.
Okay. You are now lying bloodied at the bottom of the stair. But the ghost will be a little while getting to you, and you are no less emotionally vulnerable now than you were before. So, Asgeir, what are you doing?
Trying to get the Shaun of the Dead tone out of my head, like da 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 da. That's all I heard of him tumbling down the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with the shield up, like, damn it. I was gonna take a quick look back to see how Nikoletta's doing, realizing they need more time. Continue.
Yeah, they need this round. They need this round, but you all know how her thing works, and once that's there, the ghost will no longer be their problem. Yeah, and you all can cross it so long as you don't break it.
It's supernatural rules. Come on, man. Like, don't mess with the salt line.
We are not monsters yet.
Yeah. Well, salt don't work on vampires anyway. But damn it, I heard it. Did I hear him go down the stairs, ass over?
You heard the goofy. Yeah.
Does like gives Demetrius the. I'm sorry, and goes after him.
Yeah.
All right, so you're running after him.
Yep, just swiping along as I go. Like,
all right. So this is just you running as fast as you can. So just go ahead and give me your brawn athletics for the run. Demetrius, how about you?
Yeah, I know he's gonna go run off. I'll be the line.
Okay.
And
already done.
just being staying guard, if not kind of giving him a little bit of distance. So if any ghosts do show up, I'm a distance. I know once the thing goes in, they're good, but still kind of a little bit of a distance, but still an eye shot.
Yeah.
All right. So are you going to do this with your sword or with your knives?
Sword. Keeping it with the sword.
Okay. All right. Finesse and weaponry. Verity.
Actually, real quick. When I would attack them, did the flames seem like they would be interactive? Like when I would kill the ghost, did they cause any damage to
the
nearby
flames
book?
seemed to be spectral. There was no one actually caught flame and went through one of the bookshelves, and you're like, but no fire came to the books. So
Bet. Yeah, sticking to the sword.
Verity, what you doing? You still just playing Overwatch from where you were at, or are you switching things up?
So the majority is off towards Arnau beneath the floor.
Yeah. Of the remaining ghosts, a majority are clearly chasing Arnau. They're still on the same floor, but like they're drifting through it on a downward. Like they don't need to get to the steps before they start going down.
And then how many seem to be still drawn to Klaus and Nikoletta?
You would guess about 7 seem to be moving towards Klaus and Nikoletta. Demetrius is still between the ghosts and the scientists.
She'd
So-
probably just she'd get down and put her sleeve down and just draw her sword again, and unless they get too close, she won't pursue them. She's just going to make sure that Klaus and Nikoletta don't get astray.
Okay. So you're just mainly keeping an eye on them. Okay.
Yeah, but she's moving down off the ladder. She's now like right next to them.
Okay. Yeah, you move over by them. And Nikoletta, how much space would you say you're trying to make as you are creating the...
I'm not trying to get too greedy with action here, so I'd say it's a relatively wide, not like wherever she'd be able to stop and swat out on the ground and then just reach out as far as she could and just do a wide circle around us. So
Okay.
like maybe 4 feet across.
So big enough for the 2 of you, big enough for the whole party.
Likely big enough for 2 or 3 people, not for the whole party. She's like I said, I'm not trying to be greedy with action economy here. Just what can be done quickly.
So yeah, you're pretty sure when this is complete, and it will be at the end of this round, because that's how hero point stuff works. You will have room enough for 3 while still having room to work. You could maybe get 4 or 5, but then you're so tightly packed, you're not going to be able to do anything useful while you're in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so that has happened. That round has ended. Oh wait, no, because we were still establishing roles. So, no, yeah, because you did that, and then. Sorry, I'm trying to put together. I lost complete track of what I had. Who have I given roles to yet this round?
Well,
Asgeir. So Asgeir's chasing. So yeah, I gave you the athletics. You have the. Verity is not engaging directly in the fight, in that she's just standing nearby. Okay, shield is up. Then I remember where I'm at now. So the shield is up. Nikoletta and Klaus, what are you doing now?
Looking for a book.
All right, wits and scholarship. As you're looking for the precise book. Asgeir, what was that on your athletics roll?
4.
4. You are making pretty good time. I'll give you one more minor wound. Jess, it's tough to sprint down a spiral staircase without getting a little bit jostled.
Fuck.
Demetrius, for your roll. Three. You are going to take 2 minor wounds. Oh, 4. You're going to take 1 minor wound. One of them gets a touch in, but in general, that Draconizing Blade is not messing around, and it is dispersing them. And you now feel there's a couple of ghosts left, and they seem to be more nervous about the Draconizing than they are getting to anyone in particular. No one seems to be in active pursuit of Nikoletta and Klaus right now. What are our scientist roles?
3.
3 and 3. You all are dashing, like looking through the books, looking at titles. And Klaus, you have an idea of what the tome you were looking for might be called? AKA, feel free to make something up.
Okay. Hematology of the Damned.
All right. You're able to find Hematology of the Damned. As you locate it, it is written in Eisner, and it is very old. It is Old Empire. So from before the rise of Hexenizing or anything, you now have your hands on the book. Let's real quick, because we've been fairly action heavy for the moment. We've come to a certain modicum of peace within the tower. Klaus and Nikoletta, you have the book, and give us some technobabble as you all are kind of talking through what you're seeing and what you think you could do with it.
Well, Fräulein, you clearly have some expertise here. I would be interested to hear your views on this. We have a sample of the original vampire's blood that should give us something to work from.
It should. I'm not exactly certain how much we're going to get done here, per se, but where do you think we should start? Hematology? I don't think I've seen this book before.
I knew that it was here. As I said, I've studied vampires before. I just didn't know where. So this rose, you said it introduced you to. I'd be interested to see your notes to know what you found with this rose. It
Certainly.
might give us something that we can use as an herbal base, herbological.
Certainly, of course. And she'll pull out the book, and yes, she will open it. You can shake your head at all you want at me, Mouse. I'm not
I'm
metagaming.
willfully not being meta because Mouse is clearly being meta. Yes, that's always wise to be spitefully in character. I like it. I like it. As long as it's not the orb, he can take everything you've ever written down.
Something I was told not to do. Bet.
Exactly. I was just like, go ahead, hand him the orb, please.
As you are looking through the various notes, Klaus, you able to look at her notes. As you were looking at her notes, what is your approach here? What are you doing?
I think he's doing his best first to just sort of understand what he's seeing. Is this is in fact the kind of information he thinks it is.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably
you are clearly looking at the notes of a Hexen worker, and all of Hexen work is clearly informing all of the scholarship she has done.
Can I get a gauge of her sort of approaches with Hexen work?
Mm-hmm. They're fascinating, because she seems utterly uninterested in the creation of the undead. She is focused entirely on their destruction, on keeping them at bay, and there's constant notes to the tone of using what Hexenwork offers as a benefit, but simply creating the soldiers. And like, first I will create my army of the damned, and then I will perfect them, tends to be the Hexen worker approach. Her angle on healing, and you start to see as you are digging through the various things she's going, it's a fascinating approach that honestly had not occurred to you before, to come at Hexen work this way. Nikoletta, as you are looking through the hematology stuff, and you're getting through, you start to, the connection with the black roses, you're starting to suspect that the blood itself, the essence itself, is not what causes the transformation. What you are looking at is more similar to grafting. that the transfusion of vampiric blood through a bite into a subject is more about infusing the cells next to each other, like grafting a plant onto another plant. But this one is parasitic and slowly starts to subsume the original host, whereas a normal plant would just grow alongside the other if they were at all compatible. And that's starting to give you ideas on what you could add. And you definitely think his ideas on Scourgebane, while they would promise to be unpleasant, you don't think they would be permanently damaging.
Unpleasant, but not wrong.
Yeah.
I think there might have really been something to that burning away idea you had. I wonder if maybe... I do have this. And she pulls out that vial of the black rose tea that she had started.
What is the in the vial?
That same rose I told you about. I've been playing around with seeing what else I could make of it, just to find out what the extent of its capabilities might be. This is a tea made from the petals. I wonder if perhaps this could be mixed with the bane.
Well, they are two different strains of vampire, as I understand it. Yeah, so they would compete. They do not. If it's not from the same source, they will compete against each other. They have an animosity. So theoretically, if it's used to drive out as a follow-up, I think that would work. But you would need to weaken it through means and then use this as an agent to drive it out. But you need to get the balance right. Get it wrong and you go too far one way or the other.
Yes, this has been the case with this entire process. I was thinking more that it would be a carrying agent, because Scourgebane as it is meant for undead, but that's not quite vampire, is it?
Well, no, but vampires are at least somewhat dead.
This is true.
Their bodies have been changed by their blood into something that isn't living anymore.
She looks at her own pale complexion. Yeah.
So
real quick, we are going to dive back downstairs. Arnau, you needed a second. Like Chandler made a choice. Arnau did not make a choice. Arnau was honestly trying to run down the stairs and failed. And crash. And you're laying there and you open your eyes and you start to see as the ghost drift through the floor and are starting to move in your general direction. How is Arnau handling this in the face of the two? Let's see, with the dramatic wounds, you definitely have blood. Your skull is bleeding somewhere. Your scalp is bleeding somewhere. There's blood on your face. You're not sure the source. You haven't had the time to check yet.
Maybe being a ghost wouldn't be so bad. It's the first thought that he has. Maybe I should just not get up, and then he thinks better of it. Like that's the first thought that he has of like, maybe I should just let it all end. And he's like, no, I can't let this happen. No, bad thoughts, bad idea, bad thoughts. As he sort of scrambles to his feet, so the ghosts are coming down. They're sort of floating down towards me. Is it relatively slowly? How fast are they moving?
They're in pursuit of you. They've got a ways to go, but as fast as they were chasing you up above, but they're not falling. So it's like they're still running after you as opposed to let's find terminal velocity.
Okay, so
they didn't use the gravity shortcut you used.
Yeah, they didn't use the gravity shortcut. So Arnau is going to start. We remember the last place where we saw like Muscatari who were watching for ghosts, right? Who were really excited to fight some ghosts, right?
Huh?
Like you had said that there were some musketeers who were waiting, who were like, some of them were looking at books, like one out of every
Oh yeah,
18
yeah,
were
yeah.
looking at books.
There are musketeers in this part of the floor. Yeah, they've all watched you go clam, and they're a few of them are actually approaching this point like, Monsieur, are you all right?
You were bored. Stop being bored. Starts running. He keeps running
Right, so
again.
as you are painfully starting to get up, Asgeir, describe how Asgeir catches up with his buddy after the fall on your 4 rays descent.
Well, since I imagine there's a little bit of a hang up, like, okay, I got a ghost here, ghost there, but overall, a lot of them have either been cleared or are chasing my dear friend. There's just a straight sprint down the staircase, and then just comes out and is bull rushing, like blade out in front of him, as if like the two curves of the axe heads were bull horns, and just ramming everything in front of him.
Well, so the ghosts are not between you and him because they're drifting through the floor, whereas you're coming down the stairwell. So, but you are able to.
It's a mad sprint.
Unless you are jumping from the stairwell to hit them on their way down, if you want to actually place yourself between, if you want to be spectacular, I'm not going to say.
I mean, yeah, we kind of have to, right?
All right, so very definitely a risk here. This is going to be your you're jumping off the stairwell, basically. Oh wait, no, you said more like a charging move.
Well, no, like that. If we're jumping, it is overhead. It is that Viking getting launched that you've seen on TikTok.
Give me your brawn and weaponry.
Awesome. So that's 1 for being hurt, 1 for a 2-handed weapon. We're back at a big old dice pool. Okay, not bad. And I have a 3 in weaponry, so I'm allowed to reroll 1. And that perfect. 4.
4. All right. On your 4, this was a jump up, so I'm going to give you got 2 minors off of this.
Okay.
But
I've been worse.
You hurl yourself off, and the musketeers are coming up on Arnau, and Arnau, you're painfully lifting yourself up, your own blood dripping down your face, and looking up, you see Asgeir come up and then just leap from the spiral staircase down, bringing his axe down in a slashing motion, and it just disperses the ghost. It doesn't destroy many of them, like maybe 1 or 2 like take the hit and get, but they are definitely no longer, they were sort of this swooping motion in to get Arnau, and they've been put into disarray as Asgeir comes through, slashing through, and then crashes into the ground. Ow.
Meant to do that.
Arnau, your friend, is now there with you, and there are still ghosts, but not nearly as many.
He looks
not in immediate pursuit.
He looks to Muscatari. He points. 500 gold's the man who gets the most, the one who kills the most ghosts.
Interesting. Panache and Tempt. These are musketeers. They work for l'Empereur. Most of them aren't hurting for money, but
that's a lot of gold.
Gold is gold.
Gold is gold.
Demetrius here cuts a hole through the floor. I got.
Did I hear gold?
Okay. Okay, so that is okay, and so this is a tempt roll, so my Lyceum activates.
Mhm.
So that means that everything is actually up by 1. So that means that this 5 is actually a 6. This 5 is actually a 6. It's a 9, an 8, 3. That's a 10. That's a 10. That's 2. That's an 11, I guess technically. So that's a set of 15. So that's 2 right there. That's an 8. That's an 8. 3, 4, 5, 6 raises.
6 raises. Okay. On 6 raises. Yeah, everyone is in. You have sparked a competition of the musketeers. It's less about the money and more about I will be the one who won it, and all of you will be the ones who didn't win it. Do you want to add an edit to the scene? Because you got more raises than there were risks.
Henri and Edmund are here, and they are going to be the ones who win. One of them is going to win.
Henri and Edmund have just gotten their Mouse, high or low?
Low.
Henri's going to win this one. Demetrius terrified it was going to be Edmund.
Yeah.
So
Swimmer
these
is
ghosts
right
are
here.
all in the air, and these are musketeers. All of them, as one, pull out their pistols and start firing up. Boom, 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 boom.
Do we hear that?
There's no missing it. This is
Yeah.
gunfire.
Yeah.
I mean, are there bullets making it through the floor?
There, there's pops up of splinters and stuff like this as the floor is getting a little bit Swiss cheesed.
Musketeers are not known for their wits.
Yeah, Henri is winning. Edmund is begging everyone to stop.
Stop! No, the books
are literally 5 stories of books.
We're in a library. The nerds object. The nerds object.
First you try to set it on fire. Then you're just blowing holes in everything.
So
We don't
yes, we have now named this library. It is the Library Alexandria, and it's just heavy gunfire, but the ghosts are completely dispersed. There's a little bit of a moment, just real quick. First off, Demetrius and Verity, Demetrius having the moment of chill, you've kind of wandered over by Verity, who is close to the 2 doctors, and making sure nothing weird happens to Nikoletta. And then all of a sudden, there's holes appearing in the floor, along with booms and scattering splinters everywhere. What are your what are you 2 doing in this moment as the floor starts exploding?
Is there an obvious where it drops off area that we stay behind?
Right now, it just seems to be coming fairly randomly up. Some of it's well away from you, some of it's dangerously close.
Great.
Yeah, this. We die?
So she's getting back on the ladder.
Climbing up? Okay.
She recommends others maybe also seek higher ground.
Demetrius, give me. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and say here, everyone on the top floor. So this is going to be Klaus, Nikoletta, Verity, and Demetrius. Roll me a d10.
Oh God!
Just one.
Let me break out my pretty one for this.
You know, this flare dice is becoming my favorite. It rolls a lot of 10s.
Okay. That's a 3.
You take 3 minor wounds.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God.
Wow.
Everyone
This
roll
is-
low.
This is going to be really bad. I'm going
What'd
to
you
go
roll?
ahead and just start filling those in now.
How many did you roll?
I rolled a 10, Dan. That
Oh.
was why I brought up how that dice rolls a lot of 10s. See, let's go through 4, 5.
5 for Nicoletta. So Nicoletta takes a dramatic.
10.
And
Okay.
Klaus takes
No,
1.
no,
dramatic
Nicoletta rolled a
wounds.
10 too.
Oh.
Two dramatic wounds. Verity's gonna shave Arnau's head in his sleep.
Downstairs, you all can hear Edmund yelling, "For the love of Prophet, stop!" And finally, Stephanie's like, "Is anyone alive up there?"
Not for long.
Every Vadachian curse word, if they understand Vadachian, you fucking idiotic shit for aim muscatares. How the fuck trained you? I could and I just start ripping them apart on the idiocy and the shittiness of their aim in Vadachian.
Well, so here's the thing. Their aim actually wasn't shitty. There's just the problem of, like I
They were
said,
shooting at ghosts.
they hit the ghosts,
'Cause
but
there's-
then the bullet just keeps going.
Yeah,
The ghosts don't stop the bullet.
Like, I don't even read books,
They're also
and I know bullets tend to travel.
Because Isaac
Fuck.
Newton is the baddest motherfucker in the universe.
Yeah.
It keeps going until it hits another.
So,
That's why we don't
I'm
eyeball it.
partially Galileo myself.
And he's just loudly cursing at and kind of letting out a little. Oh, damn it! He's letting out a little bit of emotion on how he feels about the Muscataris. And yeah,
You better not look at Verity because she's bleeding very badly now. Probably falling off that ladder.
yeah, how many dramatics are you at,
I
Verity?
took 2 at once. I got from 0 to fuck all in one
Yeah.
round. Okay.
Yeah. You Verity comes down bloody. Nicoletta also bloodied. Klaus is okay. And
Of course he is.
oh, you doing good,
Asgeir-
guy?
He's swell. He's gonna make it out of here just fine.
and
It's not my fault.
I then Demetrius just runs over to see what he can do to help. You know,
Mhm.
he's seen him worse, I imagine, but
yeah, you're
still.
able to help with the bleeding and stuff like that. And the gunfire has stopped. And where Demetrius's rant finally wears off, Edmonds is going up. Meanwhile, on Arnau,
Do I get another hero point for that, for using the Wealth of Vendel League for something more noble than profit?
yes, yes, you do.
Is it more noble
God damn you,
if you
Chandler.
disregarded the lives in the direction you were aiming?
He
those
used it to get the musketeers all fired, killing ghosts. The fact that it was dumb did not change the fact that it was noble. And and Henri, looking embarrassed, still walks over to Arnau.
Here you go, buddy. I'm glad that you won. At least you're good at your job. Oh, I hurt.
Is he?
It takes some time. Eventually, like there's a few to keep things moving along here. There's a few rants because there are still librarians in the library, and the musketeers are getting quite the dressing down for what just happened. And Edmund is reading the riot act. He's actually one of the higher ranking ones in the palace right now. And, and there are some tasks are being handed out. Some people are getting the Eisen border for a good long time. Other things. But for the moment, the ghosts seem to have been dispersed. And dealing with some bad wounds, Letta and Klaus and anyone who wants to be accompanying them are now in a lab working on a concoction. And
Klaus is making numerous notes through the whole process. He's writing down everything, like he's taking notes of things that they came up with, things in the book, things in her notebook, and he's just writing down all kinds of notes.
All right. Nikoletta, do you have a hero point to spend?
I would hope so, seeing as how I put myself in harm's way in the pursuit of knowledge.
You did indeed. As you spend it, you create a concoction, but it is untested. But based on the theory, you think this would cure this would not necessarily cure vampirism, like you don't know what effect it would have on a vampire, but someone who has been bitten but not turned yet. You think this would stop the infection entirely and kill off the vampirism within them without killing them. But it remains untested.
Thank you for your help, Klaus. This has been eye-opening.
Yeah, Fraulein, you have done legendary work. As far as I know, no one has ever come up with a solution to fixing vampirism before.
It's just needs must.
There are legends of a full-on cure of vampires, but no one knows. Oh, and the book spoke of the possibility of heading off an infection. But again, it had never been put in practice.
Well, only one way to try this, I suppose.
Yes, it would be best tried on one of your companions.
9. I would not give them anything. I had not tested myself first.
Admirable, but if it reacts poorly, you cannot follow up on it.
So I am to kill one of them in lieu of losing myself.
It
Quit
means
shaking your
you're
head.
the only one.
They're all here, presumably.
Yeah, we're all here. So
That's why she looked at Asgeir. What is it? You shaking your head?
Nikoletta, if this fails, you're the only one in this group that could try again. We cannot risk it.
Fraulein, he is
your bravery.
you'd be risking the lives of many for your pride.
You all have a professed interest in my living here. And she hands it to Asgeir.
Thank you. Plus, look at you. You're all bloody. I'm pretty okay.
We are concerned with all the people living.
If it hurts me, I'll be okay.
You're jostling it. Drink it.
All right. Nikoletta, make me your wits and scholarship, but I'm spending one of the villain points.
It's 15.
Thresholds are 15.
Hey, Nikoletta, wait. Don't roll. Take my hero point.
I don't have that many dice. Hang on.
Well, whose fault is that?
Look, I'm a broke bitch, all right? I don't have money for excessive amounts of dice. Leave me alone.
I'm glad you're giving her a hero point because I was about to. I clearly have it. I clearly don't have any. So
Okay.
I've been holding on to it. I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna need it later. So
Hey, this time your sacrifice only hurt you. You're growing. I'm proud of you.
I mean,
11, 15, 10, 15,
I don't think that's true.
He was the only one who took the wounds from the fall.
19.
yeah. DM Flair wrecked y'all.
3. Okay. Asgeir.
Yes,
I need you to make your resolve
Okay.
and empathy one more time.
Oh,
Take
boy.
a hero point, Asgeir.
Thanks, buddy.
As-
I can need it.
As Arnau looks at you and says, if you let this vampirism kill you, I'm going to kill you.
Okay, we gotta do some math. These are some
Efficient.
weird numbers. There's a 6 and a 4. A pair of 5s. 3.
3. You drink the concoction and immediately it burns as it's going down. In fact, on 3 raises, you're not able to entirely contain it. And for a second, you don't even necessarily yell, but your mouth opens and just like that, just that raw agony.
Oh, boy, it's spicy.
And you all can see the blue fire of the Scourge Bane coming from inside of his throat. But after a second, and you watch as the veins on his arms black start. They turn black underneath his arms and over his hand and his eyes. And Asgeir, you've had worse pains, but not a lot.
It's up there. It's up there.
This is up there. You are going to take with your 3, and I'm going to give you another major wound.
Okay.
So 2 your next major, not 5 minors. 2 your next major.
Yeah.
For dramatic, as
I've been fine.
mm-hmm. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. It stops hurting. And the hunger's gone.
I have good news and I have bad news.
She is instantly in your face, all up in your bubble, does not care, looking at your eyes, looking at your skin, checking you over everywhere. Just
I'm okay.
put your hand down, smack.
Take another minor.
Wait, you know what? I'll take that. I will proudly take that.
Klaus is leaning forward. We did believe that this would be a painful solution, but it should be a solution, yes? Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's going to be horrible for the both of you.
I'm starting to reconsider curing this.
Nikoletta, do you want to try fine tuning for the next dose, or are you going to just recreate the last one?
No, let Arnau scream like a wuss, Highlander.
Tempting though it is, seeing as how Arnau is quite literally Nikki's bestie, she's like, "Oh, fine, I'll tweak it a little bit." She gets another dose ready for herself without changing it. She's not really bothered. But if Arnau's concerned, she'll see. Okay, let's see. Maybe I could do.
Describe to me how in what way she's tweaking. Like the balance was mentioned before, the balance between the blood of the original vampire and the rivaling concoction.
She'll try seeing what she can do to add like a few drops of holy water to maybe try to mitigate some of the.
Interesting. Okay. You get all that together and you hand it to Arnau. So you had 3 successes for your own thing. So we're gonna we'll handle Nikki's last because we don't need to relitigate the you try it last. Everyone just put at you. So go ahead and give me your wits and scholarship again. We are still on 15s.
Take a hero point.
I say I'd throw you another one if I had one.
Why?
By the way, that little crossbow that Verity shot, I wanted to pick it up and hand it back.
Easily done because it passed straight through the ghost that it took out. So yeah. You were able to find it amidst the splinters.
You,
was
like,
fine.
you pull it out of a bookshelf and you're like, aha.
Yeah. And I was like, Verity, you must stop flirting me in the middle of battle. and back.
She's like bloody and fucked right now. And she's just like, I'm so sorry. I was distracted by the holes in the floor.
Yeah, they came out of nowhere.
Yeah. And she'd stare at Arnau.
Well, to be fair, I don't think anyone knows to blame. Well, no, I guess you all would have heard.
It
Arnau.
wasn't quiet.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
he shouted
No.
through.
To
I
be
know.
fair, we would all naturally blame Arnau without
Down there might
any
have been a
evidence.
bunch of
No,
misfits
no, that's
just
right.
shoot at
Arnau
the
did shout
ceiling.
his challenge to everyone to hear. So yeah.
Look, the muscatare. Well, there's a group of a few muscatare there. I have money. They are.
How many raises, Nikoletta?
How much gold?
I'll make the rolls. I'm shaving him in his sleep the next time.
Arnau doesn't sleep. 500.
Oh, you bastard.
3. Okay. Arnau, you take it. Go ahead and give me one more of your resolve and your empathy. Remember, you're at 15s.
This is an empathy skill. Does that technically trigger my Lyceum? No, it does not.
I would like it noted that that's how most of your defenses start. Listen, it's like, no.
No, I don't think I will.
Okay. I'm about to be in a lot of pain. Listen. I have never done anything wrong.
Ain't nobody here named Linda. Drink.
Wow, I'm rolling a lot of ones today.
Oh no.
Okay. So that's good. That's good-ish. This would be a lot better if I weren't rolling for 15s. Dan. Okay. So that's one.
It occurs to me I
That's
wasn't asking
2.
for anyone to sell dice this whole time. It's always an option, by the way.
Do you want 2 dice?
Sure. Take a
More
hero
hero
point,
points
another
for
villain
me. I got 2 raises.
Yeah. But you did improve the formula. At first you drink it and it's not so bad. Like it's burned, but it's burned like a very, very harsh spirit. And it's not bad. It's not bad. And you're about to say it's not bad. Like, oh, I expected this to be worse. And then all of a sudden you double over.
It's not that bad.
And as he goes up, his eyes go wide and his eyes are glowing with the light of the fire of the Scourge Bane. And you also see the tendrils go up and down him. That's going to be 2 dramatics.
Oh dear. I am helpless.
Arnau passes out. And he's there and he's shaking and then he kind of goes limp. But he's alive. And some of the paleness in his skin has gone away. Nikoletta, all that remains is your dose. You are muted.
Online. You're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay.
Good.
So she just, I think, goes Sheldon for a moment. Pat. There. She goes to get her dose and just see how it does. Throws it back.
You throw it back. And again, resolve and empathy.
Take my last hero point.
Thank you.
Nobody gave me a hero point.
I was saving my last one for Nikki. I'm sorry.
Listen, you have them all from falling down the stairs.
You could have spent one to add a single die to your pool.
But I want to use it to help people. I got all these extra dice for people. I want to help others.
2. Yeah, Nikoletta, you took the original.
Yep.
You have a very similar sensation, and it is rocking through you. I'm sorry, I should have these in my head by now. What are the notice of the party to everyone other than Nikki, obviously, who is very distracted? 2, 2, 1. On the 2s, as Nikki is doubling over and the eyes glowing and all of that stuff, Demetrius and Verity, you would both notice from her satchel a glowing as she takes the 2 dramatics.
Gonna get in between total stranger and that.
Klaus, what are you doing as Miss von Richter falls, but you clearly still alive and you suspect cured of her vampirism?
He will try and walk around Verity to get to Nikoletta to check on Nikoletta to see what her condition is, just to verify.
That's literally what she's doing, though.
So Verity is not letting him approach?
No, Verity is doing what he just said he's trying to do.
Oh, so multiple people are checking on Nikoletta then. Okay. I misunderstood. I thought you were trying to block off.
He is not allowed to be closer to Nikoletta than Verity. Yeah.
Okay. You're both close. And again, you're checking. She's alive. She's breathing. And whatever the reaction was that was causing the damage, the scourge fire inside of her seems to have subsided. Her vitals all appear to be normal. She is unconscious.
No, I'm not.
Oh, you're not with 2? Okay.
I've got my death spiral filled all the way up, but I'm spending my last hero point. I won't die here. I am not down.
Nikoletta goes down and then is able to force herself back up. She's very hurt, but conscious.
Fraulein?
I am all right. She is shaking from head to toe, but she's like on one knee on the ground.
Well, that is a remarkable thing. Yeah, you should be very proud of yourself.
I'd be more proud if I was able to do it on my own, but the assistance is very much appreciated.
Yes, and I've been keeping notes on everything we did and everything we should, so that we can perhaps recreate this again in the future if it is needed.
Fantastic. I've been so busy trying to get things thrown together. I'm glad to see that there's a good study partner to be had.
Oh, yes, it was very good. I understand you travel, yes?
Quite a lot, yeah.
Well, I can make arrangements for you to have ways to send me letters. We can correspond over this.
That would be fantastic. Thank you.
Of course, Fraulein. It has been a pleasure. It's rare to run into someone who appreciates the pursuit of knowledge the same way I do.
Likewise. She extends her hand again for another handshake. That's some serious camaraderie going on there. Like, yes, this is nice to be able to talk about this with somebody else.
And he,
go ahead.
Yeah, he shakes her hand.
Okay. And with that, we are going to draw the episode to a close. The group with the Musketeers are in a fair bit of trouble, but Edmund is not among them, and so he is able to get you all good rooms. And there is a decent amount of supervision over the next couple of days, and by the end of it, you all are reasonably convinced that the vampirism has been entirely cured. There is no recurrence of the dreams. There's no recurrence of the hunger, and your physical aspects immediately start improving. You believe you have not cured vampirism, but you have found, I don't know what you call it when it's medicine for when you were infused, but not yet showing some. Yeah, you've been able to prevent the full transformation. But then, 15 scenes. Klaus.
Yeah.
You have gone off to do some studies of your own. And one night, while you were working in the study so thoughtfully provided to you by the benefactors in Charus, a cloud of purple smoke appears seemingly from nowhere in the room. And a shrouded figure stands there. Were you able to get her notes?
Yeah, she is quite brilliant. I admire her.
And they all survived?
Yes. Yeah. They all survived. And the vampirism that they had contracted from the other source, yes, that has been cured as well.
Excellent. Well done on all counts. The Dark Mistress is very pleased. You will receive your funding.
Good. It is good to be of service.
And with that, we're bringing the episode to a close. Thank you so much to Basics of the Game for hosting us. Thank you to Dragon of the Dark Rose for producing us. Thank you so much to all of my players. And until next time, keep playing more games.